Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Pokemon Gotta Watch Them All, the podcast. We watch all the Pokemon movies. We talk about the parts we love, the parts we hate, and then we rank them.
So you don't have to. No, I'm kidding.
Well, it'd be nice if you did, if you want to watch the movies along with us. We always tell you what, I don't think I mentioned last time. But you can watch the movie with us and then watch the podcast and comment and be like, oh, I hated this part. You guys suck at making lists. I'm Osmosis Joe.
If your teammate didn't...
Anyway, this week, you guys remember from episode Giratina last week.
Your teammate didn't use poison power when I was asleep.
This
fucking guy.
Even if he watches the video, he can't comment. It's fine. But yeah, so last episode for Giratina, you guys saw we had some weird mix-up stuff with a wedding and stuff, and now there's a Connor. Hi, Connor.
Hi.
Welcome. He's going to be on this episode. He gets to talk about the movie, but Dante's already sent me his impressions too and his votes.
It's just a shame Dante isn't counseling for the divorce.
Yeah, it's so mess.
Oh, God.
That fell on. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's I get it. Things happen. We're humans.
It's not real. It's a bit. It's a bit. It's a joke.
I'm sorry, Dante. and Dante's wife.
Tony?
And Dante's
I didn't know if we could say her name.
Tony?
You're going to get DMCA for saying her name now.
No,
I'm going to get DMCA.
I'm going to get my ass beat by Tony next time I see her.
No, don't even mention the kid. Anyway. So this week we watched Pokemon Arceus and the Jewel of Life. What did you guys think of this movie?
Loved it.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of disconnected, but I thought, like, for a Pokemon movie, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Now, so you've watched Giratina.
I've been watching, like, sometimes you guys will watch them and throw them on Discord. I'm not watching Pokemon.
I think you were in Manaphy too, right?
I did not watch Manaphy.
Did you not?
Oh,
No.
thank God.
Yeah, that's what I've
for
heard.
real.
I watched Giratina.
I think we might have watched
And
Dark
I
Rock.
ha-
No.
I have my memories of like the early ones, and I've seen like a long time ago. I've seen like Lucario and stuff, but I was a young kid. So
Because you were there for Celebi.
Right, I think we watched
no, but
Celebi
Celebi is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Oh,
no,
man,
you were
should see
there for
what's out in the
Celebi.
lake.
Okay.
Yeah, again, that's all nostalgia. So
Yeah, that movie belongs.
Is this time travel?
That movie belongs in
That
nostalgia.
woman is having a stroke during this movie.
Yeah.
Like this entire fourth gen, she's just in there.
I'm sure they told you the whole Suicune mess.
yes. Don't worry. I was there when they were watching Mewtwo Return.
I'm talking about just forever, because like the whole time that I was watching that movie, I was like, oh, Suicune comes in, he saves the day. And I was like,
Yeah. So like they were talking about this, like John said this happened. I'm like, that's definitely
You
Justin Moore.
You weren't here for it, but John was like, I forgot Suicune was in the movie. I was like, Suicune forgot Suicune was in the movie.
Oh, I remember liking Heroes a lot too.
Here's the go.
so if this movie was an e-girl, it's Pokemon.
Wait, it was Egro.
Yeah, if this
don't
girl's
know.
an e-girl, this movie will be Pokemon.
Okay.
I don't consider
a
her
way
to
to
be the
look at
top. So.
Oh, Pokemon's the top.
Pokemon, if you want to collab.
She's in the top, but she's not.
Okay.
The top
Didn't
e-girl,
Valkyrie win?
Game of the Year.
Game of the Year.
Content creator, yeah. I think she did.
Valkyrie.
Congratulations, Valkyrie.
Yeah,
If you
way
want
to
to
go,
collab, let me know.
Valkyrie. I know you watch. Way to go.
Valkyrie.
She watches the podcast.
And you know what her
Huge fan.
username is? Osmosis.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh my God, Valkyrie, she's so smart.
It's her burner account.
Danny will stop insulting Osmosis Jones.
All right.
Yeah, I will. Valkyrie's about to ruin my career. Anyway, let's talk about Arceus and the Jewel of Life. Good flick, enjoyable. So it's the tail end of a trilogy of Sinnoh movies. Well, there's technically 4 of them, but it's whatever. What are you doing over there?
Nothing.
Okay.
I didn't cover up letters in a word.
I know exactly what you
You
did.
let Matt
Okay.
and I sit next to each other, and
Yeah.
that was your problem.
Anyway, so this is the third in a trilogy. So the Sinnoh movies, for the most part, we don't count fucking
Zoroark.
Zoroark, but either way, they're all tied together. Every one of these movies connects to each other, which makes them amazing. I just wish Pokemon did more of this. But we start in the world of Pokemon. It's a battle between Cynthia's Garchomp and Palmer's Milotic.
I already have a problem.
Yeah.
Cynthia has no fucking idea what a type is, and it pissed me off because she's the fucking champion.
No. She's so badass.
She don't.
No,
she's fucking confident.
I didn't care.
She threw out a fucking ground dragon type or whatever.
Maybe it was her last one.
I don't give a shit. She threw that shit out. She threw that shit out against my.
She should have quit.
All right,
Yeah,
so
she
sure, it's her last mon. Okay, you know what? I hear you. Sure, maybe it was her last mon. Then she's like, fire attack. Fire attack's good against this. Fire attack will work. What the fuck? You are the champion. No wonder I used you when I was 12.
Palmer is the battle tower leader, which is
So honestly,
fire.
I saw Palmer, and I like
that Palmer? I don't know.
I've seen this man, but I forgot who he was.
Yeah.
I thought he was
So,
some hobo.
In my notes, initially I had put Vulkner's dad? Is that who this guy is again? I don't remember.
He's also the person that's gotten the closest to actually beating Cynthia on
Yeah.
multiple occasions. Yeah.
I remember nothing about this man other than his visual, like his physical appearance. I knew nothing else about him. Yeah, that was a cool battle. We didn't get to
Is
see
he the
it.
battle tower leader?
I couldn't tell you.
Yes.
Somebody. Yeah. Okay. I thought so.
I have no idea. I remember
doing the
him.
battle tower, so.
Yeah, I just remember being like, he looks like Vulkner, who's like, I'm depressed because no one battles me.
You know, Palmer's like the happy Vulkner.
Yeah.
The Alolan version.
Yeah.
But anyway, that battle was cool. But we're back with Ash, Dawn, and Brock, who are on another adventure.
Sammy
But
Palmer.
now, an unfortunate encounter has given birth to a new hatred. And we're talking about the Dialga versus Palkia versus Giratina. But they're not really versus for long because then shit changes and now it's a 3v1. It's pretty cool.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, what's up?
Not to side rail. Who's your favorite of that trio? Because
Giratina.
Okay, that's fair. I feel like the popular one generally is Dialga, and I don't
fine.
fucking get it.
That's mine. I fuck with it.
I'm with
So
I'm
I'm-
with you on that one.
I think Palkia
You
looks
like
cooler.
Bubblegum Dragon better?
Yes.
I think he
So-
looks. I think like general like build wise, he's a lot cooler than
Giant
like,
armor dragon.
Here's
dog.
horse with long head.
So
And
here's my
Underbite.
thing. I don't know if you heard during Darkrai, but like,
Sir Jessica.
I get horny for this gen. This is the first gen where I like.
Gen 4's great.
This is the first gen where I. Oh shit. I keep dropping him.
Now you have to pick him for this movie because you broke it.
So
Just put him back there without the ear. Just put the ear next to him.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
He lost it in
This
the
thing
war.
is so fragile, and I'm afraid to touch
It's pretty
it.
garbage. I thought about gluing it together, but
So when it comes to Gen 4, this is the only time that I like all
I
three
think the unassembled, the more it
legendaries.
falls off, the more parts.
Actually,
appear
no,
on the
because
table.
Cresselia. This is the only time that I like all the legendary and mythicals. So like, there's not one that I like more than the other. But Giratina though, it's the
No,
fucking
Giratina's
dragon
good.
goes.
I'm a bigger fan of the origin form. I don't like the 6 chonky legs personally.
The 666 aesthetic.
Well, what
Okay.
about
Okay, got me there,
the
got me
primal
there.
form for them that we're getting in Diamond and Pearl? No,
I'm honestly waiting to see what happens.
they haven't shown the logo
No,
yet, so it's very
I
obvious.
think-
Six neck
I don't
spikes,
know.
6
I think it's
wing
just gonna be
spikes,
straight
and
ridiculous.
6
6
legs.
legs, yeah.
They're just gonna have the characters
Yeah,
fused with it.
they went hard on that symbolism.
Yeah.
Oh, so they'll steal another
And
thing
then,
from
yeah,
Digimon.
did you also say like the three,
Anyway.
like, the three black?
Anyway, now we're seeking an answer beyond time and space. Arceus. Time to observe the jewel of life, something like that. Anyway, Arceus is like, hey, I'm God.
Say it in the right voice.
Hi, I'm God, and I'm pissed off.
My notes, I called this because my notes literally say insert Arceus voice joke. I will say, most of the time, it's not as bad as you guys were joking about it. It's definitely not what it should have been.
It should have been Keith
I
David.
It should have been Dan Green at the least.
Yeah. So we mentioned during
They couldn't
Our-
give him
our
another
watch.
legendary. He'd be too powerful.
we mentioned that like Arceus has a very nerdy voice. I think in the moments where Arceus is flexing that he's God, it sounds very strange.
When he's yelling, it's
Like,
fine.
I'm God.
really,
His
I-
voice.
I think when he's yelling, it's fine. I think when he's just talking, he's like, "Are you the one who saved me, child?" It's
See,
like,
I think it's
what
the other way.
fuck?
I think when
Really?
he's trying to be like,
I'm God. Smite thee.
I'm like, you're weird. He's like,
Deimos, do you like me? I like you, Deimos.
I'm cool with that.
Because it's
Where,
like
where is Deimos?
the voice is coming from somebody you can't take seriously. Like it's like if I went on Danny's channel to try to be, I'm the mayor. It doesn't hit the same because I don't give off that kind of presence because I sound like a bitch. Danny, on the other hand, completely different aesthetic. He did.
Heard it
pulls
here
out
first.
better.
I don't sound like a bitch. All right.
I'm just saying you sound more like a man.
Come on, man, don't kill yourself.
Get out of my fucking podcast.
You don't get Dante,
It's yeah.
divorcee of the year.
We are going to somehow.
It's a bit.
It's a bit. I'm gonna feel awful.
He's gonna come in next episode like, so stun bit.
So Danny, I watched a podcast.
He's walking in and be like, watch Darkrai, and she liked it. More.
Yeah, Tony's gonna be standing behind the camera the whole time, just
We
giving
decided
all
to
of you
split
the
up.
evil eye.
Anyway, so we got a flashback. Arceus is talking to some human, and he's all pissed off. He's like,
The human beings must be brought to justice.
Kinda racist.
"Thank you." And then title card: Arceus and the Jewel of Life. Anyway, the gang's marching through some corn because why not? I don't know why they're walking through corn, but they are.
Because it's fertile land.
Because guess what they're about to do?
That's fair.
It's good. Just make food,
It
and then
does-
the
yeah,
adventure
yeah.
starts.
Country
It does
girls
set
make
up.
do, Danny.
Ooh, we're not using that meme. So it does start up there, like, this town they're in ends up becoming, like, really flourished based on Arceus allowing them to have the power.
Machina.
Machina.
Arbor Town. Anyway.
Arbor Town.
So they stumble upon this beautiful lake by Machina Town. It's beautiful, very nice little cottage area, a bunch of trees, lakes, stuff like that. It's awesome. Everyone lets out the Pokemon for lunch. They go for some swim. Brock still has the same 3 Pokemon all season, just Sudowoodo, Happiny, and Krogunk.
Yeah, and 2 out of 3 of those are great.
You gonna insult my hulking Happiny?
I forget, was that the bit? She was like wicked strong?
Yeah.
Okay.
In
Well,
Dark
3
Knight,
of those are really great.
So his whole team.
Yeah. Brock always has fire Pokemon. I mean, it's rock Pokemon, but you know what I mean.
Vulpix.
So yeah, we let all the Pokemon out for lunch. They're cool, swimming in the water, having a good time. And Weasel's just swimming around with Happiny, like, wait a second, watermelons? What? And the kids are like, lunchtime!
This is led to one of my favorite lines.
Yeah.
When the 2 kids come in and say, they were just cooling down.
I was like, why are your watermelons hot?
I looked at my tab. I went, the fuck kind of watermelons are you eating?
Yeah.
Nothing even.
I mean,
Fire melons.
I guess you keep water. No, because like you just cut open a watermelon and eat it. Like cold watermelon is great, but I've never been like, well, just pick this watermelon. Time to cool it down.
My favorite is when Ash comes up with 2 of them. I'm like, damn, they gave Ash melons.
It is an anime.
It is.
These 2 kids run up with blue hair and they're like, hey, those are ours. Don't touch our watermelons.
You didn't talk about Dawn without her beanie, and I'm upset.
I do like the hair, Dawn's hair, and like the whole swimming garb. It's nice. It's nice. But these kids run up like, hey, you, those are our watermelons. They're cooling off. You want them? But basically, these kids came up with their own story. Like, there was no like, but we really want these watermelons. Like, those are ours. But if you battle us, you can have some. So then they battle.
I love that Brock's not a reasonable adult. Like Brock's the old. Like he's like in his 20s at this point, right?
Yeah.
So like he should be like, hey, children, we should probably think reasonably here. He's just like, sure, medieval
Start
rules.
swinging.
Yeah,
Do your
go
thing.
for it. Beat their ass.
I'll be the ref.
So the new kids start battling Ash and Dawn. So I remember, I don't dislike Diamond and Pearl's intro. It's just not one of my favorites.
Right.
But bro, something about this just fucking.
The version of it.
That hollowness in your chest when
Yeah.
you're really excited.
Yeah.
I felt that
I
hard.
thought it was. I was like, for a Pokemon intro song, I'd say like 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
This is a solid one.
I love just watching this fight. But anyway, the 2 blue-haired kids are like, yo, Beautifly and Heracross, I choose you. Now we have a Staravia. We have some other Pokemon. we have a Baniri with Ice Beam. We have a Mamoswine. So instead of going after any flying and bug types, we send out Piplup and Pikachu.
To be fair.
It works.
Keep in mind, Piplup.
It does.
Piplup has Torrent activated at all times.
Yo, I'm just saying.
We see that in this fight.
Yeah.
Peck should have fucking one-shot that Heracross, and I hate that was like Mega Horn Peck, go at it. It's like,
Heracross is beautiful.
what? I love Heracross. Just shoot him what?
There's a point in that fight where I'm like, how the fuck did Pikachu get high?
Yeah, because
Heracross launches it, and I was like, okay. And then Pikachu just shows up, and I'm like,
how'd you get up there?
yeah.
It's the power of the unknown.
Yeah. Quotamet.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're fighting back and forth, so on. Piplup gets launched in the air. Beautifly goes to Shadow Ball or something. I don't know. Pikachu blocks it.
I got a text from Becca, and it's like, if Dante interrupts anybody, just yell at him. And I said, don't worry, he's not here, but we ripped on him plenty in the last episode. And she just goes, ha!
Oh, it's amazing.
All it says.
So yeah, as the battle's going on, the crowd starts to form. Everyone's getting excited. The launch thing, explosion. Oh no, how do we win? This fucking pretty cool Whirlpool Thundershock combination that just obliterates Heracross and Beautifly. And the team wins.
I'm just glad Whirlpool's useful in the movies.
Yeah.
Like, it's useful
Vortex.
somewhere.
It's like
I'm
the
just saying,
rapid
like
water.
the combo moves like that, like outside of like the ones the starters get, I would love to see like more different combo moves. These would make double battles a little
Yeah.
bit more dynamic.
It would be pretty great.
Game Freak, you're sleeping on this.
So the anime makes those contests look so fucking beautiful that it makes me want Ash to change his fucking like major essentially at this point. His elective to
You should be a contester.
yeah, to do contests because those battles are fucking beautiful and more
Yeah.
exciting than the actual Pokemon League.
So yeah, the gang, they win, they get some watermelon. This is great. These are our new friends, Kanta and Kako. Those are the kids.
Can't say that.
I just did.
Danny, that's what Falcon and the Winter Soldier was all about.
Did you not even watch this? Did anyone besides Danny watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier? That's what this is all about, racism. So Kanta's like, while you're here in Machina Town, you gotta check out the ruins. They're beautiful. You can't miss it while you're here. So the gang says, let's go to the ruins.
I love this scene because when I was watching it, they're like you gotta visit the ruins, and Brock is like, that's weird. That's not on the brochure. And I was like, I'm pretty sure if locals are walking up to people going, yo, if you're here, you gotta go see the ruin. Like, that should be on the fucking brochure.
Yeah, it's not on the brochure.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what?
So the gang's like, cool, let's do that. And they walk up to this like gorgeous space. It's like a big waterfall, huge lake. You see the ruins on top. Yeah.
My favorite is these people are like, you gotta see the ruins. And then you get there and it's like, well, you gotta climb Mount Everest to get there. But beautiful ruins.
Listen, you have a Staraptor. Fly up there.
No, Ash don't think good.
That's too easy.
Pikachu Piplup.
Exactly. But yeah, while they're checking this out, just a strange-ass portal opens up in the water and just a big fucking vortex starts spinning. We don't really know what's happening, but like, what the hell? And then these two trainers are like, wait a minute, I'm sensing something. It's a thunder creature and they're creature master. So they go into this because we learn that these people, at least the one, is a descendant of Deimos, who's an important plot figure for Arceus. Arceus, fuck.
Arecus.
Yeah. But in the past, they don't have these things classified as Pokemon. They're magical creatures that do things. So I don't know why Sheena, who we'll meet in a minute, why she calls them creatures. She's here that she knows they're Pokemon. So I don't know if it's like an honor thing, like my ancestors used to call them magical creatures, thus I will too.
I'm pretty sure she calls them Pokemon later in the movie though.
Right, but like here she's like the thunder creature and the creature master.
So that's what made me think, so I hadn't seen this movie before, and that's what made me think, I'm like, oh, she's like a time traveler or something, right? And it's like,
talks to time.
No.
So yeah, the vortex open up more, they suck in Pikachu and Piplup. Oh no, they're gonna die. But this lady with the thunder creature talk is like, hey, Dialga, I could really use your help right now. And in a blink of an eye, Dialga's like, you asked for help? Picks up Pikachu.
Milady.
I popped off just a little bit because I'm like, wait. So just, well, Mike, the first phrasing was, so, I mean, we can say it.
On YouTube, yes.
So I was like, so Dialga's just a simp now that just comes out at this woman's beck end.
I'm sitting here watching with Chris, and he's like, so is Dialga a simp, or does this woman own one? Because I need answers. And I was like, okay, damn, Chris.
Dude, because she's just like, Dialga, I need help. Oh!
So like, so it's in this trilogy, it's very much like there's one, right? There's one Dialga, there's one Palkia,
the one we are seeing.
But there's
in
not
all these
one
movies is the
Shaymin.
same one.
right, sure.
Shaymin's
I mean, no one gives a shit about Shaymin.
Gets it.
So,
But yeah, we're seeing the same legendary across the three movies.
so this is what, like, I get it. This is a Pokemon that represents time and controls time and stuff. Like, Ash is like, Dialga. I'm like, you've seen this fucker like 80 times in the
Same
last.
Palkia, same voice,
The same.
You've seen them
There you go, quote him out.
tons of times. At this point, it should just be like, oh, Dialga.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, like, hey, what's up,
Hey,
buddy?
buddy.
I know him. He's a friend from work. Like,
I'll go with argument's sake that aligning with the anime, there's this big time
it's
gap
been a
in
minute,
between.
and that's what I justified it with. I'm just like,
Because you're gonna tell me you see a big dinosaur walk out of space, and you'd be like, "Oh shit!" And then you see it again 4 months later, you're gonna be like, "Oh hey, it's that guy."
But keep in mind,
I'm gonna
like,
be
how
like-
much shit do you see in the Pokemon world, though?
yeah, that's
Sure.
like.
You seeing time dinosaurs every fucking day? Because I'm not.
Yeah, no, I saw a giant bird in a mythical island where I was the chosen one. There's a
Which
lake
time?
with a bunch of onions that were flying
Which
around.
time?
Which time? No, but like,
A dog went.
Ocean King, Danny.
I feel like Ash is amazing.
You
at
got a
this.
dog win.
I flew around in some sea spaghetti,
You are mama.
some nautical pasta.
Oh, I like that one.
I threw a fetus into a lake. It was crazy.
It became nautical pasta.
Can you imagine since Ash is 10, if this is just happening during his weekend with his mom? So like his mom has like partial custody, and he goes back to his dad. What happened? Daddy, I went. And then he starts explaining all the regions. Yeah.
He's watching a lot of TV.
A dog kidnapped my mom, gave it to a little girl.
Said, you are mama, and took it away for an adventure.
I did some time traveling. We ate some cherries. That was the most relaxing part of it.
I met Oak when he was a kid.
A
He
Pokemon
doesn't
kiss
know
me?
that.
I was gonna say, Pokemon tried to fuck me. That's crazy.
My first kiss was on Lania.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so Dialga's like, ooh, roar time, stops the portals, saves the Pokemon. This is great.
Can I say this next bit?
Sure.
And then fucking Giratina is still pissed off and decided that he wasn't done with Dialga. Fucking open a portal and said, "Come here, bitch," and they start going at it.
I love it.
I love that continuity, actually. That Giratina's like, hey, motherfucker, you think we're done?
Yeah.
What's up?
I knew it smelled like bitch.
Remember when you time looped me, motherfucker? I reset the router. No more line. I switched to 5G.
I also love the transition when he comes in and out of the portals of like origin to norm
yeah.
to like overworld
The
or whatever.
purple like transition.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Giratina is such a fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like and like I still like how it was still like the reflective surface. Like you saw it form and then
Yeah.
vroom, and I was
Yeah.
like,
I know what's happening.
I just want a shot of Dialga seeing that and it's like, fuck, and then just gets tackled.
I thought I got rid of you.
Like you in the neck.
So as their fight's going on, the woman, she's like, oh no, now transcend the confines of time and space. Giratina, please stop. And Giratina's like, I'm pissed off, shut the fuck up.
I counted the times we heard that.
I was guessing like 9.
You're close.
Okay.
But yeah, because I like she said it the first time, and I'm just like, we're gonna hear this a lot. I'm gonna start marking that. Do you want the final now, or wait till the end?
Yeah, sure.
7.
That's not that bad.
Yeah.
Pretty
No,
good.
I honestly thought it would be way worse.
I'm gonna get it tattooed on my neck like tallies, just I'll pay for it.
But the words transcend the
Yeah. Get it really small that it's just 1, 2, 3, 4,
Awful.
5,
I
6,
hate
7.
And it has to be in Comic Sans.
What's transcend mean?
Yes.
To go over or above.
Thanks, Brock. That was my favorite, like, just Brock didn't need to say it. Like, someone's like, transcend. It's like, transcend means to go over or above something. Like,
I said that yesterday.
yeah, I know, yeah. I didn't get it, and now I do.
So, Danny, we were playing D&D and somebody's like, yeah, this person has transcended. I was like, that means to go above or over. Everybody just ignored me.
I just really want Ash to be like, yeah, cool.
Except Ash is probably like, oh.
Let me step it up because we're still in the intro.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, Ash is like, Giratina, please stop fighting Dialga. He's like, oh shit, you that little dude. All right, I'll calm down. So Dialga's like, all right, we good? Because I'm going to leave. And that's when woman's like, hey, by the way, Giratina, please stop. It's all misunderstanding. And Giratina's like, you know what? I felt that. I'm good. You're good. Just stop fucking up the reverse world. He goes away.
I'm going to go kill John Walk.
Since there's people, Ash is fucking suicidal. He ran in on this fight. I'm just saying.
yeah.
He does this every movie.
Every time.
He has a death wish.
He's got to
throwing
say
hands.
Secondly, this is my favorite Pokemon Kingdom Hearts crossover.
Wait,
Yeah, because they're like, she can connect with the hearts of Pokemon. I'm like, cool. When's the heartless Pokemon come out?
Giratina.
Because there we go.
Those were in Pokemon Forever.
Ash gets a Keyblade, and Dawn will still be more useful than Kyrie.
And that was that's in the horror movie, the Keyblade.
He's not wrong though. Yeah,
So-
one, but he's right.
Connor's like, I'm here for one episode, I need to pop off.
This woman explains, she's like, I connect to the hearts of Pokemon, etc., etc. She says, hi, I'm Sheena. This is my friend Kevin. You don't need to know his name.
Fucking Kevin!
I am the guardian of these ruins, Sheena, and I'm Kevin!
The way he introduced himself, it fucking took me out.
Fucking Kevin.
My legs came out from underneath me, dude. I was
You know his name just didn't translate well.
It literally does it. All the time we see Brock get left behind the last 2 movies, that's just Kevin
I
now.
bet you it was Keanu.
Keanu Reeves.
That's his name was Keanu. Sheena and Keanu.
He's like, I'm gonna say Kevin.
I mean, it sounds like a good pair.
Yeah. So Sheena's all like, oh, nice Pikachu. She pets it, and she's like, by the way, there's a guy we know, he's an electric master along with this electric creature. And like right here is where I was like, oh no, are they about to ruin this trilogy with another prophecy? Fucking shit. You're gonna be like, by the way, you're electric, kid? Like, you guys disturb not the harmony of fire, ice, and lightning all over. I was
The only
sweating
prophecy
like
I'm
that.
interested in is Brock's elbow of fate.
What are you talking about?
dude,
So,
dude, he's,
I watched this morning, so
Okay.
it is freshest in my head probably. He hits on Sheena by saying, like, it was fate because I fatefully scraped my elbow today, and you can fatefully. And I'm
Right.
just like, Brock's elbow of fate.
That's right.
Love that.
Oh, that's right. I took
Shoot
a picture.
shot.
He said something about stroking him with her hand.
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, can you, Brock, hold it up, my man. You're really getting a little too
Nah,
forward
I
there.
respect that. Shoot your shot.
He's like, no, I know what I want.
Elbow of fate.
That's the next movie.
Brock and the elbow of fate.
So we're working.
To correct, Dialga didn't leave. he was hanging out in the air. Giratina did leave.
He's vibing.
He's flying around,
Flying
doing
in
his thing.
circles, flying.
Sheena didn't dismiss him yet. So anyway, they're talking about the whole thing, Brock flirts, Krogunk poison jab, and all of a sudden more portals start to open up, which grabs Dialga, creates more vortexes, and they're like, oh no, what can stop this water? Water dragon. So Palkia shows up to save Dialga because they're friends now.
Every time the water is affected by one of the monsters, the water level in the lake lowers, and you can see more and more at the bottom of the lake. And I'm like, I respect that. I respect that they cared enough to put that detail.
I noticed it later with Team Rocket, but
I didn't notice that. But the site where I watched this, you can when somebody comments and make an account, comments show up at certain points, and somebody's like noticed the water, and I was like, what?
Should I watch it on SoundCloud?
It basically works just like SoundCloud.
That's awesome.
And I said no to the
listening
water,
to the podcast
so I
version.
rewind it, and I was like, oh, okay.
what
Emerges from portal, starts.
Yeah,
Sheena
Palkia emerges from the portal, he breaks the vortexes, save Dialga, they're friends now. Sheena says, connect to their hearts. Hey guys, by the way, the fight you were doing, please stop. Like, we're all friends now. They said, oh, cool. Then they go home. Team Rocket doing Team Rocket things. Don't need any more right now. So we cut to the ruins, the gang's inside, they're like, ooh, rocks and stuff. Sheena and Kevin are like, yo, check out this weird machine here. This is the time-space axis.
I hate it.
Yeah, you
It's
like
the
it?
same as every fucking machine in every Pokemon movie where they ever have a machine.
It's weird, steampunk and tinkery.
It looks exactly.
It looks great.
It looks exactly like the Doomsday device from Alamos. It looks like all of that shit.
Yeah.
It looks like all of it.
That's how Pokemon works.
It looks the same. It's
Hey, man,
the
if it
same
ain't broke, don't
orbs
fix it.
that orbit each other, and then the fucking squiggly metal bits that fucking wiggle still.
It looks cool.
It does.
So they
I
explain
installed it.
the time-space axis. We use this to track the changes of the world. That's how we basically tracked everything that occurred in the last two movies.
Which I love that continuity.
Yeah, it's so fucking amazing. And we mentioned Giratina.
I love that continuity, except for one thing. It locks in my fucking.
You did.
Locks in my pole pick.
I am responsible for that because he made me stop it. Yeah.
But yeah, so they show like them going around like, hey, when Dialga and Palkia in Alamos, we were there. Zero with Giratina, we were there.
I watched him get arrested.
Yeah, they're like, we've seen it all because this machine's told us about it. We just show up hella late for it, but we end up going there anyway. But yeah, so the machine shows us all the shit, whatever. Arceus, he's that guy in the center. He's the one we pay attention to. But around it are all the dimensions. Our dimension, Giratina's reverse world, Palkia's space place, Dialga's time temple, and Arceus's aviariatorium.
Come on down to Palkia's space place.
But they're like, yeah, Arceus, creator of the entire world and the alternate dimensions, because he's God. There's an omen that says Giratina. Arceus will wake up soon, and he's just gonna fuck up our human race. It's like, why would he do that? Well, we've got a story for you. Oh, by the way, she can't talk to angry Pokemon.
1,000 years ago.
It's made me think
That plot point about her not being able to talk to angry Pokemon is going to be very prevalent in the future.
it's made me think of
She forgets it.
I imagine that in the
She tries.
games, Arceus just woke up, and a fucking 10-year-old kid, the first thing he does is fucking capture him. He wakes up, and the first thing, basketball.
So I wanted to check on this. There's no legal. I think there's one legal Arceus, correct? Like in game. It was a distribution.
It was a distribution event.
But it wasn't the original one. They did it was like a 20th anniversary. They gave out like all the mythos month after month. Because I think they were supposed to distribute the flute or whatever you needed to do the Arceus event.
Yeah.
But they never did that. So you needed like an action replay to go through that event.
I did that.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, he kicked my ass.
Yeah, I used a master
He
ball.
was-
I put on my 99 master ball.
Yeah, I
too.
was a dumb kid, and
Am I the only one that didn't do that? Like,
Yes.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do that.
That fight in the game is like actually smart.
Yeah.
He like future sighted, hyper beamed. I'm like, you gotta recharge, and he's like, future sight. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Smart
this
ass.
dog's smarter than me.
He's a llama.
The Sky Llama.
That's
Stuck in a
God.
fence. You're stuck in a fence.
God backwards is dog. Therefore, he dog.
God backwards is llama. But no, I thought about that. I was like, 'cause I don't know if you could legally have Arceus in the games. But then I thought about the distribution where they did one every month. It was like 2015 or something. I don't know.
For the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, because they did. Here's
Well, I think they did that
Darkrai,
for Sun and
here's
Moon
whatever.
as well, didn't they? When Sun and Moon, they started doing like all of them in Shiny, I think it was. Like,
Yeah,
I think that's what I'm on.
I think that's what it is.
The yellow.
Perfect.
Pissed off.
But anyway, why is Arceus mad? Why does he want to kill the humans? Well, I've got a
Racist.
story for you. Arceus plans to bring the entire human race to justice.
Racist.
Arceus lost some life plates while protecting the Earth from meteorites. You know, meteors were coming to slam it, and Arceus said, "No, stop!"
So I have a
which
theory
knocked
about
him
that.
out. Yeah.
Of all of the plates, right, he gives away Dragon. And the only move in Pokemon which was introduced in 4th gen that involves a meteor is Draco Meteor, which is a dragon type. So if he tried to guard against the dragon move with a dragon plate, it would be super effective. So he gives away the dragon plate because he's just like, nah, that's why I almost died.
Smart. You know what? I'll take that. I like that. I was gonna say like, well, he didn't give it up.
I was going
yet,
to say they
but-
rationalize it differently, but I see your point.
Yeah.
No, I like that.
That's a new canon.
He
He,
said,
he
"Fuck
gives away
this."
more than just that, but he's like,
Yeah.
fuck my weakness.
The thing that hurt me was the thing I need to give away. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like that. Nintendo, hire me. What?
Hire me for Kanai's.
And
What
man,
type?
yeah,
What type is time run?
They're all dragon.
Yeah,
Spatial Rend and Spatial Rend and
Yeah,
Rogue
Yeah, that
Tiger
kind of
Dragon.
falls in what you're saying.
But yeah, Arceus lost some life plates. They all fell out of his entity body, whatever, fucking shit. And this guy who watched the whole thing's like, oh no, I have to help this Pokemon. So he gathered the life plates,
He gets
returned them to
one.
Arceus. Well, we know that later, but the initial lore says he
He
gathers
got
them.
all of them.
Deimos is
Yeah.
Pokemon Moses.
Exactly. So Arceus, he's like, hey, here are your plates. Arceus wakes up and says, hey, thank you. In thanking you, I'm going to give you some plates. My water, grass, ground, electric, and dragon plate. These will merge together to become the Jewel of Life. You will use this to, you heard me, to fix your land. I will come back on the day the moon covers the sun, the solar eclipse, and I will take my Jewel of Life back. Take care of it and return it to me, and we can be friends. But Deimos didn't return the gem. He fucked up Arceus' life. And
Dropped a
Arceus,
chandelier on it.
and he said,
Only
"Oh
way to
no,
kill
I'm
someone."
set." We don't know that yet. We know the basics. But Arceus is like, "Oh no, I'm angry. I'm gonna take a nap. But when I wake up, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you and everybody else you know."
I appreciate that energy.
I'm gonna fuck up Kevin.
Fuck Kevin.
I mean, he's the only one there when Arceus comes back. He like comes back and it's just Kevin like, what do I
Who
do?
are you, human?
He just kills Kevin.
I respect you, but die.
If only I met you.
Meanwhile, it's a weird setup the way they do it. During the flashback, we see that Arceus has just woken up and is prepared to come back. And then as they finish telling the story, they realize the time-space thing starts to fuck up. I'm like, oh no, it's happening right now.
Which I will say for that, while they were showing like the pictures, like the waterfall projectors, that was beautiful.
That was really cool.
I really
That was
loved
really cool.
it.
I kept looking at the symbols on the ground because they have like icons of like Palkia and like
Yeah.
just the style of those are really cool.
Yeah. So here Sheena is like, I am descendant of Deimos, the guy who fucked over Arceus, and I'm here to fix it because I currently have possession of the Jewel of Life.
Moses.
So I'm going to give it back to him. So Time Space Axis is like, hey, by the way, he's here. They're like, uh-oh,
Good
time
thing
to go
we got
outside.
that exposition out of the way right before Arceus woke up.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Arcus.
Arcegodio.
Archipelago.
Canon name, Arceus.
That's the Mexican version.
Arceus.
Archipelago. So Arceus emerges from this wormhole and it's just like, time to die! And just blasts the fucking something in the air.
So I thought it was Draco Meteor. Chris said that it was Judgment, and I think that that's correct. I think it's
Judgment.
This movie here?
That was his like.
Yeah, I
Like the
assume
one
this
where
is
he
Judgment,
shoots
right?
it up and then it pillars out.
Yeah,
That's
that's
his
Judgment.
That's Judgment.
Yeah.
Were you saying he used Draco?
I thought because Draco Meteor is like one big that splits into little ones too. But
Okay, I just assumed you meant the
I-
meteor falling was a dragon related.
Yeah,
which
I forgot that. That is also what I meant, but I forgot that Judgment was his signature move
Yeah.
because I forgot Judgment existed because I've never had an Arceus and I've never fought one.
Loser.
Oh, right here. We didn't cheat.
Yeah.
Oh, I never caught him.
Shut the fuck up.
You cheated and didn't catch him.
Because my thing was I didn't want to. I could have just given myself an Arceus, but I wanted to do the challenge and get it legitimately.
How'd that work?
I was
didn't
a
get the
dumb
Arceus.
kid.
You got Hyper Beam Future Sight.
Yeah, I got comboed by a fucking space llama, dude.
So yeah, Arceus blasts the sky, starts hitting a bunch of shit in the ground. I don't think anybody died, at least not on screen. But Arceus starts to feel like Deimos' energy. Deimos?
Those kids are gone.
Deimos.
Who the fuck are you?
Where is Deimos?
And then Sheena's like, I'm apologizing. I'm Deimos' great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter.
This moment's so good.
Super great granddaughter.
Please, take the jewel and go the fuck home. And Arceus is like, you're up to some shit. And just kind of looks at it and goes, you failed! And just like smashes this jewel like, you think you can confuse me with something amazing? Well, actually, as they're having this conversation, Team Rocket's like, quick, we should run out in front of God and steal it. Like, dumbasses.
At any moment they touch that thing, if it was a real one, they just disintegrate. They're just dead.
I like to imagine Arceus would have just allowed it, like he sees him running in, just overbearing, like, They pick it up and run away like, you sealed your fate, and then just fucking judgment the planet in half.
Not even judgment, just a random lightning bolt. They disintegrate. They're like, what was that? And he was like, smite.
Even better, Team Rocky grabs it, they start running away, and he goes, both of them to think that was the real one, and then just crushes them.
At this point, I can do without Team Rocket and some of these.
Yeah, they
guys.
literally, they thought, because there's later she gets the staff, and that's really all she exists for, and they lose it like instantly.
And that could have been something else.
I always like in the movies when they have to like team up with it, like work together with Team Rocket. Yeah. When Team Rocket's like, well, we might be bad guys, but we live here, you know? Like, so I always like that, and I kind of wish that would happen more.
Yeah.
Because the point that he makes, I actually have to. What is Team Rocket's purpose? Just in the are they still trying to get Pikachu?
Yeah, that's still the goal.
Yeah, they want the Pikachu.
Just give it up.
But now they're for community.
Team Rocket's not even a thing anymore.
Go back to Rudy.
It's dissolved. It's just those. Okay.
They're just rocking their lives, dog. They're trying to.
They have.
There's
don't know what else
there's
to
a
do.
blind surfing Pikachu named Puka that can catch. I promise you.
Oh my god, I forgot about that arc.
I promise you, that shit's not gonna fight back. The trainer's like 80, and he uses his staff to walk. They can literally yeet the Pikachu. The Pikachu won't know because it's fucking blind.
And he's way more radical.
Also, he fucking surfaces too, by the way. So
I
like,
forgot about
they can get so much puss by walking into
That's
a ball
the
and surfing
original, right?
Pikachu.
That's
Puka?
like the original surfing Pikachu from the anime.
Yeah, I
I
was-
think Ash tries to surf and like drowns.
Is it
and
blind?
they get saved.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
I
blind
don't
Pikachu
remember
and he
that.
uses like his tail or something
Yeah.
to feel the wind.
I did a Pokemon trivia the other day for somebody's channel, and somebody's like, I was losing really bad, and this was like the last question. It was everybody put in how many points they wanted to put. I had 0, and I was like, Puka, and it got really quiet, and the guy's like, because he didn't think anybody was gonna get this, and he looks like, John's right, he wins. And like, I got every question. No, I didn't get it wrong. Just people were faster.
Yeah.
But,
But yeah, Team Rocket, they do a thing. They are like, let's steal the gem. They can't because Arceus is like, it's fake! Crush! And then he just obliterates the ruins.
Dog goes.
So he blows up the ruins. Team Rocket go falling down into the water. The gang somehow gets to safety. Sheena's like, no, Arceus, I swear, I didn't know it was fake. I thought that was the real thing. I'm sorry. Please don't kill us. And he's like, I don't fucking care! And as he's just like,
He's Skeletor.
Pikachu!
Fuck you, Deimos!
as he goes to attack the ruins again, Dialga and
For my
Palkia emerge from their portals to protect everybody. And they're like, don't worry, we got you guys. You helped us with our relationship problems, we'll save you. Arceus says, fucking stop! Smacks him to the ground, do a little more tussling. And this is my favorite thing with Arceus. Like every time they attack, he just uses whatever plates he has available
Except
to
he always
turn.
turns purple.
So I don't know what type that is. I don't know Arceus is by color. But he just turns into a type that's like, oh, this doesn't affect me. Or like I'm safe. Or,
I can't think of,
Traditionally, purple is dragon.
well, there's poison
Yeah, so-
too.
Right.
So
Okay.
maybe
Because we don't have fairy yet. So
I was gonna say I could maybe think. Also, maybe Ghost, but Ghost would still be hit by those moves. So I don't know.
Wait, well,
I don't know.
No,
Psychic's
Psychic
usually
won't
like pink.
Yeah, whatever he does, he's
There was
just
nothing
like,
to resist Dragon at this
stop
point.
your attacks, and you can't hit us. It's fine.
It could have been nice. Like could have just gone
Yeah.
nice.
He had fairy before it was cool.
Is there a fairy plate? Did they create a
I
fairy
bet
plate?
there. I bet
from
there
the-
would be.
There is a pixie plate,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, so he probably maybe that's the
but
one.
usually just give it to your Sylveon.
But yeah, so he's like, I'm gonna block all your shit. Don't worry about it. He slams into the ground. Pikachu's like, hey, I can help fight these gods, and his Thunderbolt is the only thing that affects Arceus. And it's like, oh no, why did that hurt? Because Arceus gave up the ground plate, so he doesn't have resistance to electricity, so that shit fucking hurted.
Which I like that logic.
Yeah.
Did he give up ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he gives up
I
water,
thought it was
grass, and
fire.
ground.
I thought it was fire, and it confused the fuck
Yeah.
out of me.
I love that people only think like electricity is the only thing that works. And like he gave up like 4 other plates.
Yeah.
You could use some other shit.
Yeah, so he gave up electricity so it was the 3, they go into it later. Grass, water, ground to build the terrain and bring the city to life.
Right.
Electricity was they
Power
say
it.
to meld them together.
Yeah.
To like
I-
bind them.
And then
Yeah.
dragon is
To
like powered
increase
up
the
to
power,
make it.
yeah. So that's the logic there. So he's missing 5 plates, which are
is
essential
cool.
to survival.
I don't mind it.
But yeah, the electric pisses him off. He's like, I'm done. And then Giratina comes in and says, me too. They battle a bit.
I love how they used Phantom Force.
It's so
How
good.
like it shows like Giratina like sneak up like, oh, I'm gonna get this bitch, fades and then just fucking goes for it.
And we get the updated spatial rend,
Yeah.
which is a roar, which you know what? For the looks of it alone, I'm fine. Because it's like a tornado, pink, fucking cool looking blast that envelops him in an orb, and I love it.
Yeah. So all these legendaries are fighting. It's 3v1. Arceus is like, sit the fuck down, but we're gonna keep fighting anyway. Sheena goes, hey, Dialga, can we use your help? And he goes, don't worry, time funnel. And he just happened to miss Kevin and just grabbed everyone but Kevin.
Fuck Kevin.
Sent him back in time.
Kevin's
Well-
like, am I the new Brock?
Not back in time yet.
So they do,
It's like a vision, and then.
but they're still affected
Yeah,
because they're on
they're
like the
still
ledge
there.
Okay.
where everything starts to shake and like, we got to get out of here. And she goes, Dialga, please. So maybe it's just the scare of it. It does look like they're just existing watching.
I like
It's-
it.
Yeah, because it was like the whole bit was before they fell. She was like, Dialga, we have to go further back.
Yeah.
I like to think Dialga was like, all right, I'll send you back. You can fix this shit, right? And then like
He
they
gave him
did,
5 minutes.
they didn't do it, and then they're like, please send us back. He's like, oh, what the fuck? You couldn't do it. Fine. Oh my god.
I'll give you an extra 24
Yeah,
hours.
what the heck? You guys couldn't do that?
So yeah, Dialga sends them back in time, and they see the events of like Arceus coming back to get the Jewel of Life, and be like, "Hey, thank you for returning a Deimos." He does this whole like, "Hey, come on inside, grab a drink, it'll be great." And we see him do like this switcheroo where he has the Jewel of Life, switches it for the fake one, puts it on the pedestal, and then goes, "Hey, everybody, use your electric type moves," and they just blast Arceus, who's like, "What the fuck, dog? I thought we were friends." And he's
Yeah,
like.
my favorite guaranteed kill move in any movie is dropping a chandelier on a motherfucker, which they do not hesitate to do.
But this whole time we see Deimos is kind of like shadowed out from the eyes up. It's like we don't know who the man is or like what's going on here. But we see his like weird maniacal redheaded partner we haven't met yet.
I made a comment when I was watching it, because I was watching it in Discord with people.
Yeah.
And I made the comment of like, that guy has a really intense design for being just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
Imagine they didn't use him. Like here it is.
I honestly, in
That's
these movies,
Marcus.
that might have happened.
Spider Hair Man. That's it.
Spider here, man.
So yeah, here they're electrocuting Arceus. Like this jewel is ours. It's time for you to die. They drop the fucking building on him, and our crew's like, "Oh God, we're gonna fucking die! Quick, everyone, we need to get out of here." Arceus gets really like more pissed and just like knocks Deimos and the red dude into some pit. They drop the jewel, and Shayna's like, Dialga, more time. And he goes, fine. And I guess that little bit more like 24-hour time travel was too much for Dialga, so he passes out in the future. So I don't know how that works.
Which is
for Dialga.
weird considering you know,
Just did 1,000 years.
control time.
I assume it was just like, I used my energy, but I just got the shit kicked out of me by a llama, so I'm gonna just take a nap now.
Also, before this, he was just like the servant, like, Dialga, please, Pokemon,
Yeah.
please. So like, I imagine that added to that.
So Dialga's like, you know what, I'll send you back in time a little bit more. Meantime, in the present, the Pokemon are still fighting, it's going crazy. Arceus and Giratina like slam into the lake, which like pushes Team Rocket out, and Jesse's like top has some weird stick stuck in the back, and we're like, oh, that's the staff. That's where the Jewel of Life is. Jessie has the power. She's gotten what she wanted. She's won the game. The gang goes back in time even further. They're just chilling on some sidewalk when just a fucking bunch of soldiers in a fucking heat train go, "What's up? What are you guys doing in my time period?" Chris, stop bullying him.
That Heatran.
Leave him alone!
That Heatran, man.
Chris goes, what's wrong with that Heatran? Why does it look so fucking derpy?
It's a fucking lima bean with 4
Dude.
legs.
Leave him alone.
So when they did the close up, like it's just like from like far away they have
What?
like Heatran's like
We're
main eye, and then they have like the 2 additional, and it's like so like blended together. It's like what the fuck is wrong with his eyes? But then like when you get up close, when you can see the shot closer, I'm like, okay, that looks flattering there, but at a distance, their design
He
was
looks
just like,
way better in the games.
yeah.
I think this planet
It's,
needs why does everybody, even TikTok, is shitting on Heatran? I don't understand.
I
love
like
Heatran.
Heatran.
I love
I don't
him.
think he should be a legendary.
Hey, granted, there was only like 3 fighting
He's
types.
just
Like,
early
he's
Heatmore.
mythic or something.
And you're gonna act like Heatmore is good.
Heatmore is cooler than Hunter.
I'm just
Oh
saying.
my god, I'm gonna fucking cancel the show.
Typhlosion's the volcano Pokemon, so...
Heatmore is fucking trash. I hate that anteater looking fuck.
Danny, I will say, Heatran competitively, phenomenal.
Thank you. We're stopping there.
He's a 4-legged beast.
Leave him alone. I said no more
Something to
bean
beg
talk.
for.
Where's his neck?
Anyway,
Weakest
Heatran's
legendary.
like, I'm lava. Let's talk about killing these people. When Marcus goes, hey, Bronzong,
Marcus.
use hypnosis. Meanwhile, all these Pokemon have like weird saddles and shit and latches and locks where they're like, oh,
I love
weird.
ancient civilization. This guy's name, Marcus.
So Marcus is like,
At least it's not
Marcus.
fucking Kevin.
the redheaded assistant we saw from Deimos earlier is like, hey, Bronzong, put him to sleep. Everybody but Sheena because she looks funny. And he's
The
like,
eyebrows.
exactly. So he's like, hey, what's going on with you? Why are you guys here? And she's like, I'm here to warn you about Arceus. He's like, warn us? Let's have a talk. So they're going to put everybody in jail except for Sheena, who's going to explain everything. But if we didn't notice, I forgot this little guy existed. We have the notch-eared Pikachu, Pichu, who's watching the whole thing like, damn.
That's
I'm
crazy.
gonna go.
That's crazy.
I remember because he was in distribution because they did this and they did the shiny Pichu around like the same time frame. It was a cute little event. But anyway, Notch-eared Pichu's like, I guess I gotta go inside. They take Pikachu and Piplup and throw them in some cage with just a bunch of Pokemon.
They drop them. That's like a 10-foot drop and they're just in a bag.
They like dropped them down like a garbage chute. Just
Yeah.
But they're like, what's going on? Why are we here? And I think they like tried to ask for help, and Manectric's like, shut the fuck up or I'll eat you. But they're all right. But then Notch-eared Pichu came to save the day, who crawled through a little hole and said, hey guys, follow me. And did a little like, when Pichu's and Pikachu's do like the handshake with the tail, and then Piplup was like, damn, that's cool, I want to learn, and just gets fucking electrocuted in the
I
asshole.
love it. It was adorable.
Yeah.
Electrocuted in the asshole.
Welcome
New
to the
punk
show.
band name.
The trainers get thrown into a separate cell where they're like, what just happened? And this old man's like,
Well, hey, kids, you've been hypnotized by the magical creatures.
they're like, the fucking what's? And Don's like, Pokemon, that's what they call Pokemon. They don't have that word yet.
Ready for Connor to yell.
Imagine all of them were like, guys, when he names somebody's like Digimon, and then they match said Pokemon, and it's like, that works way better. Pocket Monster Pokemon, yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
I heard what
Charmander
you
walks
said.
by, hey, that's an Agumon.
So here's what bugs me. They're in the cell, right?
Yeah.
They're in the cell, and they're like, oh, Pokemon. And Ash is like, oh yeah, like this. And pulls out his Monferno, right? And it's just like, yeah, this is a Pokemon. And then
Puts it back.
puts the fucker back in his goddamn Pokemon. But you are in a cell. You are in an ancient cell. You could have fucking melted the lock, dig under the door, fucking literally anything. What are you?
There was a guard, Connor.
There was a geriatric who didn't give a fuck. He was just like, I don't know if it's a good call or not, but I'm just sitting here. I get paid nothing to really have an opinion. This guy was just like, whatever. I like Deimos well enough. I'm just chilling here. Fucker could have used Monferno. Fucker could have used a Gliscor. Dawn could have used fucking Mamoswine. Anything could have been used
To be fair,
get out
But
of
they
this.
didn't have Pikachu. They
To
couldn't-
add to Connor, Verferno also has Blaze activated at all times. Just like Pimple has Turret.
Yeah.
Because that is canon.
Is it?
Blaze and Torrent are activated the whole time with
Listen.
Pimple and
Why?
we don't know why. Just
Okay.
writers
I
say.
don't think it's like they're just fucking strong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
every time
like,
they use
What's
fire,
the timestamp for that? That might be a TikTok.
Grottle? Anything. Anything.
Correct.
To defend Connor's point as well, when they get out of the cell, Homeboy tosses the old man the keys and goes, see ya, and he's like, bye.
I love that, by the way. I love that he's just like, thanks, dude. And he's like, no problem. I'm just like, this fucking guy guy gets it.
The old man is just like, the audience needs to get their exposition. They need to know why he's not who he was made out to be.
I love him.
They
I
need
love
to
him.
know.
He's my favorite character, is Old Man Guard.
All right, so you can pick him for the poll challenge. So, I'll speed up here because we just kind of did most of that.
Yes.
Anyway, they're like, hey, Sheena, she's talking to Marcus right now. She's going to tell him everything that he wants to know. And then you hear a voice in the background like, yeah, Marcus is a backstabber. Who is it? It's Deimos. And the team's like, yo, dude, you're an evil guy. You fucking killed Arceus. He's like, no, what do you mean? I had full intention of giving back the jewel. That's fucking Marcus did all that.
Marcus.
Like, weird. But they're like, in the last time skip we did, we saw you you did some shit. You were the bad guy. And they just decide, oh, Marcus must have used Bronzong to hypnotize Deimos, which made him kill Arceus in the future past thing. But yeah, it's whatever.
Pokemon shouldn't touch time travel.
Pokemon Days of Future.
Oh, no.
So Ash is like explaining, like, hey, we're from the future. We have these things called Pokemon. This is a Pokeball. Shows the Monferno.
Insert rant here.
Early. My question, I had no concern. I knew the cage thing, whatever. But remember in Deoxys when we can't use our Pokeballs because the Pokeball system doesn't work. Mm-hmm. So I guess it was up and running at this time when they're like, this is Monferno.
Other part of the world.
But you remember Samson Oak having to go whoa, whoa.
Yeah, but we didn't have that. We didn't have this, and that's still probably way after this.
Right.
We don't even have Pokeballs
Don't
yet.
even get me started on Legends Arceus. Oh my god.
They just have
man.
fucking
Yeah,
buckles.
Yeah, that's funny. But Marcus is talking to Sheena. Heatran's just crawling on the walls like a fucking G. I love it. Like a bean G.
He's a bean boy.
Sheena's just like, look, Marcus.
Among us.
Give me the Heatran skin.
If you don't give it back,
dangly
Arceus
legs.
is gonna kill everybody. But she kind of does this like, listen, just trust me. We can do this. And then instead of being like, yo, you do this and you die. Don't do this. She says like, just trust me. Give it back.
Can we talk about Silver Water?
Yeah.
Did he use silver?
Let's talk about Silverwater when we get to it. Because
Okay,
I'm
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm jumping in early.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
So Pikachu, Pichu, Piplup, they're crawling around trying to find things. They get into a kitchen where there's Chikorita and Cyndaquil cooking food
Being beaten.
by a guard who's like, fucking cut my what was it, a radish? A radish, yeah.
A daikon radish.
And then he yells at Cyndaquil who can't blow fire anymore. So then Piplup's like, I'm a thing, and falls, pushes the guy back, hits his head on the pot, and they're like, let's save our team. They take all the little shackles off and they all run away. That was fun. Back in the future, the Legends are still fighting it out. Team Rocket finds a weird little, the kitchen, and it's just like, wow, look at all this shit. And they find the pot that Piplup had, the staff, and they're checking out a bunch of shit like, wow, relics, that's cool. Anyway. Kevin's just chilling watching the whole thing like, dude, Dialga's dead.
My name's Kevin.
I'm Kevin.
Basically.
Back to the past, Ash is like, yo, so here's what happened in the future past. And Deimos is like, wow, that's crazy. So here's what really happened. And then,
Dan Green.
so we see the whole flashback of the story we got earlier. We see hey, Arceus, he saved the planet, this, that, and the other. Arceus gets struck down with a meteor. A bunch of Pokemon gather trying to warm it up. Deimos collects one life plate.
The fucking Pidgeot, dude.
Yeah,
He's just flopped on Arceus with his wings spread. And I'm
trying
like,
his best.
Well, Arceus is knocked out. Deimos tries to talk to it in its sleep because he can do the same thing Sheena can do. And he's like, wait a minute, I sense a plate. Goes and picks it up, brings it back to Arceus. When it devours it in its weird belly ball
Single plate.
thing,
It's single plate.
it uses that energy to recall the rest of the plates, and then wakes itself up and says, "Whoo, that was scrumptious. Thank you, Deimos. You could be my friend."
It's like, delicioso.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
So then Deimos is like, "Hey, so Arceus, my planet, my whole town's kind of fucked. What can we do about this?" He's like, "Well, you saved me, so here's what I'm gonna do: grass, water, ground, electricity to bond it, dragon to power it. Take these. I'll be back when the moon touches the sky."
One ring to rule them all.
I'm just gonna fucking rewatch this in English, cause you guys.
The
keep bagging
voice,
on it.
it's interesting.
It has good moments, but the majority of it's
It's
pretty
not
bad.
as bad as we're all making it out to be, but it ain't great.
But it's a
still
meme,
short.
so you gotta play it
Yeah.
out. So Arceus is like, yep, I'll be back with the eclipse. Just give me back that stone, fix your town, we're gonna be good. So the town begins to prosper. Everybody's happy. I can't wait to give the stone back to Arceus, or will I? But I will. Back in the present past, which is the not extra flashback, where our team is back in time, Deimos is like, yeah, so today is the day of the eclipse. And the team's like, we gotta save the world. We gotta do this right now, otherwise Arceus is gonna kill the other gods. Sheena reveals, she's talking to Marcus, hey, here's what happens during the fight. And Marcus is like, but Deimos didn't use the silver water. And he's like, the what? He's like, I guess not.
Yeah, never explain it.
It's no sales powers.
It's
Yeah, kind of.
it's molten metal, right? Like that's.
So I put it later. I'm like, is it mercury? Because the way
That's what I thought,
Yeah.
but
That's what I took as
it
mercury.
seems to just be molten metal.
Yeah.
Which, like, if you're working with it, you gotta melt it down, and you know it turns into metal. So you think they'd just be like melted metal, or something.
They didn't have Pokemon Go.
It looks a little inappropriate at times. I ain't gonna lie.
It's rotten milk.
So seriously, man, he's like, I don't know what they didn't use the silver water. Interesting. That's okay. We will return the jewel. Trust me, Sheena. I believe in you. So I will let you do it. So he shows the staff. Like he opens the staff, says, "Here's the jewel." Closes it, and then he's like, and puts like the jewel in his like little coat and gives her the staff and says, "I'll let you return it." She's like, "Oh, good. We get to save the world." Now Sheena's totally out of the circle. She doesn't know that Deimos is the good guy and Marcus is the bad guy, so she goes along with it. Oh, by the way, did I skip the Pichu part? No, okay, I'm back to it. Okay. So Pikachu, Pichu, and Piplup are running around the tombs again, and they're like, oh, look, some keys. We don't know what these are for, but we need them. They can't reach. A little Totodile was just wandering around and says, oh, you want help?
I like that it goes stealth mode against the wall.
So he helps them get the key, and they're like, cool, we did it. Giratina and Arceus still fighting it out, having a good time. They almost hit Team Rocket, and Jessie's like, God damn it, I'm pissed. And when she like slams the staff, it opens up. We have the Jewel of Life. Now Giratina's like, yo, what the fuck? Slams it in the ground, he's getting a little sick. Team Rocket, this shakes the ground, Team Rocket falls, almost dies in the water, but that's okay, they still have the Jewel. Back to the past, there's a lot of time skipping
Samurai Jack.
Deimos is like, yo, it's time to escape from here. How are we gonna do that? And then fucking Pichu just moves a rock and says, yo, I got the key, my electric master. And he's like, thank you, friend. And then Pikachu and Piplup, they return. Oh, you helped my Pichu? Well, I give you my gratitude. Thank you. They exit the door, give the keys to Old Man.
I love that.
And Deimos is like, cool. There was a moment with the Old Man. He doesn't say much, but he like reassures the kids earlier where he's like, hey, look, I'm going to agree with you that Deimos does want to return the jewel. Our concern is we don't know if it's the right choice. But the Old Man's kind of like, I'm Deimos' friend. I don't want to hurt him, but like, I'm old. What am I going to say? No.
He's just like, I'm old. I just work here.
Yeah. So they do that whole thing. It's great. So Deimos is like, thanks, kids, but I got a bolt. And he just runs off the other way and does his thing.
He said bolt, and there's a Piplup.
Fucking suck.
It's a joke,
Thunder
and there's a
Beast.
Pichu, but I went.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's always funnier when I have to explain the joke.
Yeah, no, maybe it was a good joke. I don't know. But anyway. So now we're still in the past where Arceus has finally showed up for the jewel, and he's like, where is everyone? I thought Deimos was supposed to meet me here. But
He says, where is Deimos? Look, it's not a question, it's a threat.
so Sheena walks up, she's like, what's up? And Arceus is like, who the fuck are you? She's like, I am Sheena. Take the jewel. And she like opens it, and there's no jewel. And he's like, are you fucking with me, bitch? And like goes to strike her down, and then Marcus is like, yo, everybody, Thunderbolt, or whatever you're doing. All these Pokemon that just have electric type move.
Creatures.
All these creatures that have it.
Can I brought this up when we were watching it? Can Claydol learn a thunder or an electric type move?
Yeah.
I think you can. Most ground types can learn Shockwave until they removed it.
Yeah, I just
And
didn't
this
know.
was made. This was made around.
That was
the
the
time.
only one
It's
that
like
I
Claydol,
saw.
right?
And Thunderbolt.
Yeah,
Most ground
Claydol
types
and
also learn.
Baltoy had it, so I was like,
Claydol,
maybe.
Baltoy,
I was like,
and
maybe
Magnetos
it's
were next
Psyshock
to it,
if you
yeah.
want to argue.
Because they learn most ground types learn Thunderbolt and Shockwave
Yeah.
at the time.
I just kind of accept
curious,
this.
yeah.
I know Nidoking, Nidoqueen.
I know I did that with Aeron. where I looked it up and I was nothing.
You're
They were using spit.
So yeah, Marcus is like, everyone attack. Arceus is being electrocuted, and in this like pool of water, a giant ring starts to open up, and then from the sky we see the silver water rain down on top of Arceus, who gets like thrown into this pit that's opened up, and now he's trapped at the bottom, where this mercury-looking liquid is just like filling up this hole and hardening around him, where he can't move his llama legs. But he's still getting electrocuted, so he's literally just getting slammed into the floor. I fucking hate you. So Marcus calls for more silver water. I like to think the mic's not going to pick it up.
I love
it's
that.
It's going to be
It's
like,
even better.
it hardens. And they'll be like, I fucking hate you.
So
'Cause we were laughing
for
about
Claydol, the only electric move he gets from Gen 4 moving forward is Charge Beam.
Okay,
I forgot
I'll
about
take
that.
it.
Almost
I'll
every
take it.
Pokemon learns charge.
I'll
beam
take
too.
that one. That counts.
Or maybe just the static electricity in his body from spinning. I know that's the wrong Pokemon.
Beyblade. Gotta spit.
So Marcus is like, yo, more silver water. We got to flood this thing so we can win. And as it like continues to flood the room, it almost hits the platform that Sheena's on. She almost falls and dies like into the pit with Arceus. But Deimos says, "I'll save you, child." And pulls away his great granddaughter, whatever the fuck she is. Ash is like, "Sheena's good. All right, I'm gonna go beat the fuck out of Marcus." Deimos and Sheena are like, "You know me, I know you," and they start to like blend souls. And
Wait, I think we watched a different movie.
She fries it.
She fries it. She becomes her own grandmother.
yeah, up to this point, she's just like, "Deimos is a traitor. My ancestor ruined this." And in this like soul meld, she's like, "No, you know what? You're a good guy. I
You
can
have
tell."
yellow soul like me, you good.
You good. So they're like loving, like, "Hey, we're family again." And the silver water's like flooding the caverns, almost kills them. But Brock says, "Yo, Sudowoodo, hammer arm," and just like fucking picks up
Some
a
of
rock.
the best animation and also like the most useful he's been in the trilogy.
Yeah.
It's just yes.
I just love this slam and he goes,
Yeah.
It's been 3 fucking movies just been standing around here. I had a ghost for a little bit.
Well, the first time we see Sudowoodo, Brock was, "What's that?" back in Johto.
Yeah.
And then he catches it, or he gets Bonsly.
Bonsly, yeah.
And then he's like, "Whoa, it's evolving. What could it be evolving into?" in that same episode. And I was like, "Bitch, you know. You have to know the only rock type fucking tree."
Yeah.
Like-
Side note, I did that with Sword and Shield, where I avoided the Pokedex. I didn't see anything other than the starters and what was in trailers. So I caught Blipbug and got Dottler and held on to Dottler for a bit and didn't know what it evolved into. And then I ran into Orbeetle much later in the game, caught an Orbeetle. I'm like, this thing's cool. And then when it did like the Pokédex animation, I'm like, oh, you evolved from. I could have had you like 10 years ago. But I put Dottler away. That was the thing. But anyway, yeah, Ash is up there. "I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, Marcus," and he does some attacking. Like, "I'm gonna shoot you with a fucking Bronzong flash beam or something." And Dawn says, "No, I'm Piplup." Blocks it. So now it's Dawn and Ash versus Marcus.
All water attacks just turn into.
God said so.
It's not even strong. It's just a little.
Arceus is still being flooded, and the rage is building up. He's getting angrier and angrier. Pikachu hits Bronzong, and I like this because it does like a little like bell reverb thing where he's like, "Brong." It's fucking awesome. I would make that my ringtone. Deimos
Tattooed
is,
on my neck.
I'm gonna brong.
Oh my neck. Arceus going.
Deimos continue to watch the Pokemon get hurt by Arceus. Sheena and Deimos are like, "If we use our powers together, we can talk to Arceus." Doesn't work out very well. Well, actually, they try and talk to the Pokemon and tell them to knock it the fuck off.
That
Stop
worked.
hurting Arceus. Yeah, I thought. Did they already try to talk to Arceus? They didn't do that? He's still pissed off. But
No, I think they talk to the Pokemon that are attacking
to stop it.
But I
and
think
he's still pissed at
I
Deimos,
think the
so.
Pikachu Piplup fight's already over when that happens because Bronzong and Heatran calm down too.
Yeah, so they talk to the Pokemon and say, "Hey, please stop fighting Arceus. He's here to help us. Don't listen to Marcus." Heatran and Bronzong, like, they're fighting with the kids. They're about to die, and then the Johto starters that helped Pichu earlier are
And
like,
like 60
Yeah.
fucking
That
Rattata.
are in
This is where the
perfect fucking
ancestor.
sync.
This is where the ancestor to
Joey.
Joey's Rattata came from. He was the one in the back, surviving, going like,
Yo,
the finishing blow.
these fuckers roll up in perfect fucking ranks and then go like, bah! And it's like,
That was-
I'm just like, did this fucking Cyndaquil and Chikorita teach these fuckers fucking like military tactics on the way?
That's the first we're taught to Reich.
Oh no! I love that they like go to join Ash and Dawn, and on the way, Cyndaquil just does this little like fucking roll, and
It was
like
so
plants is like.
adorable.
So at this point, all the Pokemon have stopped attacking. Sheena and Deimos are like trying to talk to Arceus, who's still pissed off. He won't listen. They can't get through to him. Heatran and Bronzong are like, oh hey, that Deimos guy said stop, so sorry Marcus, fuck you. And then Pikachu and Piplup like remove their little chains and shit.
Which Piplup looking intimidating is just adorable.
Ash tackles Marcus, trying to get the Jewel of Life, which just knocks it out of his hands, and it just falls down this little
the convenient track,
cavern.
yeah.
It falls right in the track, rolls, falls down a square. Chikorita's like, I got it, and like tries to catch it with the leaf. It's just
Chikorita still continues to disappoint us.
Listen,
Still to this day.
No. Chikorita does always try. Just it never succeeds.
This is why I picked Cyndaquil.
That's why you pick Cyndaquil.
Otherwise, you go in the box, right, Cody? So Ash is like, oh no, the jewel fell. So homie just jumps off a cliff to catch this jewel. And like, I imagine if it's the same energy as when like you jump and you roll, like you need to do something. But homie just went and grabbed a pole, and I feel like I would have just like,
I feel like you would
You were like,
Shoulder dislocate.
just and like kept going.
He
But
caught it with his feet.
yeah, so he
Like,
grabs a
what the
pole, stops his momentum, and like reaches out with his feet, grabs the jewel, and says, "All right, now what?" And then Pikachu's like, "I'm here too, Ash." He goes down below, catches the tail, or
fucking-
catches the jewel.
Pikachu Fushiki's this shit.
He like hits it on the tail, bounces it up.
Pikachu's a contact
rolls it.
juggler.
I want the Fushigi trailer. I want the sound of that with the Pikachu like
Fushigi.
It's, what is it? We don't even fucking know. It's a ball.
Life orb.
So they're like, all right, cool, we got it. So then they start to ascend the tower, but they're going up to go down. I don't really know.
Part
what they
2
do.
of my rant.
Okay.
You got a fucking Gliscor and a Staraptor, and you're just saying let's do life or death parkour up these wooden
He jumps
pegs.
over the Pikachu.
Yeah.
The Pikachu is smaller than his legs.
I don't even
and
know
he
where to
jumps.
start, Ash. You got so many fucking options here, and you say I'm gonna choose the fucking deadly one.
That's because Charizard is at the Char-Civic Valley and can't get to Sinnoh.
In 1,000 years into the future.
Connor, you should have seen all the dumb shit he did in Bitchmaker.
I don't even want to like get like I just
there we go.
can't.
Nailed it.
I just can't. This man is.
Battle of the Unknown.
He's such a himbo. I can't do it.
Charizard's gonna come in, like, just fucking flying.
You shouldn't be here.
Oh no, I'm your great grand Charizard.
Charizard's just like,
He's like, your
I'm
name's
always
Gary
your
Oaks,
Ash.
right?
It's not even that, it's just Charla. It's just
He just
has
flies
the
off.
bow and everything. Questions, no answer.
Deimos and Sheena are like still trying to talk to Arceus, and he's like still pissed off, can't do it. Meanwhile, Ash actually goes up to go down. He's like, Arceus, please take the jewel. Like you gotta, you're just wake the fuck up and take this thing. But the cold
Wake
metal
the fuck up.
is still flooding the room, and the future is just like starting to disappear. So we see all of our heroes like start to fade. Like, what's going on?
Back to the future.
Yeah. So like, oh no, we're about to just die. And Marcus is like, you took too long. I've defeated Arceus, which means I've defeated the future.
I love how he explains. He's like, with Arceus dead, you have no reason to come back here. And it's like, okay.
So I was right. Was that just gonna send them back to the future?
So it
Like,
would have changed the timeline. But this is what bugged me about it is because
Endgame said this isn't how this works.
Because, like, there's a point where, like, they stop the orb from dropping into the pit and therefore going into the lake, right?
Yeah.
Why does Jesse still have the orb? That she should have been like, right? Like,
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
Wait,
the way they
whoa,
could've
say that again?
so Jesse has the jewel of life, right?
Yes.
So when they stop Sheena. From, I want to say Sheila, I don't know why.
Yeah.
When they stop Sheena from dropping in the pit with the orb, right? Or when the orb never went in the pit to begin with.
It shouldn't
have
where
ended up in
Jesse
the
got
lake.
it.
Therefore, Jesse should have had the orb, and then the orb should have disappeared because it never ended up in the lake.
I guess what they were going for was that, or the way they could explain it was someone
Old lady
found
wants a
it,
bread
and then
back.
through like another sequence in time, it drops away.
Sure.
That's
Like,
the
I'll
only
take
thing I
it,
got.
but like, this is why I think Pokemon just shouldn't touch time travel.
That old lady wants her bread back.
Because I mean, like if Dragon Ball fucked it up, then Pokemon should just been like, yep, nope, stay away.
Yeah, it's like, listen, we got wishes and we fucked
I'm
this.
surprised
So
not a
let's
single. It's not time travel. It's so long.
Oh, I already made
Is
this joke
that
earlier.
time
She's just like sitting there like, ah,
Where's my bread?
Yeah.
Samson.
Since Arceus is dying in the silver water, it's rewriting history. Deimos is just like in this visual representation we have of connecting hearts. He's like trudging through like some strong wind to try and stop and wait exactly to wake up Arceus, and he's like, "I'm so close, I can almost feel you, Llama God." But everyone's still fading. Pikachu officially Pikachu disappears. Deimos is like, he finally touches Arceus, which causes Arceus to just chill the fuck out. He's like, "Oh, no, I'm chill now. I'm good." Deimos says, "Look, please take the jewel. Like, we don't want it. Take it, and we'll be fine." And then Ash just kind of like, the jewel leaves his hand from his almost invisible hand, and
Just thrown it.
but Ash is dying. He can't. He doesn't exist.
Also, I like that the solution to touch the heart of an angry Pokemon is just try harder. Just try harder.
See, Sheena's like, I can't do it because it's too hard. Deimos is like, nah, fuck that.
I got
You,
it.
right when he's at
I'm
peak
Dan
rage.
Green.
I was Entei.
Look,
And
look,
Knuckles.
movies ago.
look, I did this when I was Yami. I'm doing it now.
I am Knuckles and Yami and Entei all in one. The Holy Trinity.
So yeah, everybody stops fading. Arceus like shoots a big beam of light in the air, which like removes the silver water from his legs, and he's like, "I'm fine, hooray!" Arceus sees Ash and says, "Who the fuck are you?" He's like, "I'm Ash." "Well, Ash, let me save your life."
Save me, child.
Which I made the joke with them. That is how, in an instance, when dealing with a god, that's how you save your entire D&D
Yes.
party. Is when a god's like, "Oh, are you the one that saved me?"
Yeah.
No, all of us did this. So that way it's not like, all right, all of you watch me suffer. Smite.
Except the rogue, because you stole that shit 3 levels ago.
So yeah, Arceus like is like, "Hey Ash, I'll save you." They both fly up to the thing, and as he places Ash down and says, "Thank you all for saving me," the ruins are just like, "We're too weak." They break. Everybody, all the Pokemon, Marcus, everybody just starts to fucking fall to their death.
But not Kevin.
And not Kevin. He's in the future. He's fine.
He's dealing with the future.
But Arceus is like, "Wait, I got us," and he just kind of holds everybody in the air and says, "You all good? I got you guys. Don't even worry about it." In doing this, he takes all the bombs off the Pokemon, like all their little metal clasps and shit. And then we see like a cliff edge, which just has Marcus's crown hanging there. So I'm assuming as everybody fell, Arceus was being bitter as fuck and just didn't catch Marcus. I think is the
I think he
implication.
could have done that, or when he was like surrounded by the Pokemon, they decided it was time to eat, or they were like, "You're going the fuck down there."
Can you imagine just the Rattata and just ate the man alive?
The
They're
militarized
military trained.
Rattata
Yeah,
just
they're military trained dog.
Shit.
they hyper fanged him right in the neck. Can't get it dead.
So yeah, Marcus is dead. I'm assuming is the.
I'm assuming yes. Pokemon does a lot of that with the symbolism of just you see what was on them and then fades away.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay.
But yeah, after he saves everybody and like reassembles the ruins, Arceus is like, "Yo, dog, I'm tired. I want to go home." He goes, "Thank you, crew. Like, thank you, Deimos and Ash and Pikachu and you, all of my beloved." He's just like, "I made you all, so I don't know why you fucked with me, but I guess I love you anyway. You know, whatever."
I think that Arceus isn't necessarily a mercial god who understands everything. He's just like, "Why'd you fuck me up?" And then he's like, "I guess you like for now."
He's just a petty god.
Sometimes you just gotta remind your creations that you can and will end them if needed.
So he flies through a portal. He's like, "Boom, I'm gone." Energy spawns from like around the team, and oh no, it's Dialga. He's bringing us back to the future. Bye, everyone. But Deimos is like, "Wait, I want to talk to you more, please. You're my great granddaughter."
Is Dante usually
Yes.
the prop to
Absolutely, yes.
And then I was last episode.
Okay.
He was. Yeah, I hit his knee like 4 times. But yeah, Deimos like, "That's okay. I guess it wasn't meant to be. Enjoy the future, kids." But all right, see you, old dude. The gang travels back like, "Dude, we did it, but everybody's still fighting. What is going on?" Yeah, Arceus just spitting God power all over the fucking ruins. And Arceus does the thing where he launches Judgment up into the sky, about to kill everyone, and Ash goes, "Hey, bitch, stop!" And Arceus is like, "Wait a minute, you Ash, right? Damn, I remember you," and just like stops everything.
I feel, I don't know how animation necessarily works all the time, but I feel like they just needed an effect, and they're like, computer, that works. Because like there's a bunch of like pixels and stuff going on, with like Arceus' memory being rewritten, and like shit being rewritten. And I'm like, is this proof that the Pokemon world is a simulation?
Yeah,
it's all Digimon.
Oh my god, it's the better series all along. I'm kidding.
Or they did some shit where they had like how like Sir Night Eye sees like the events play out, like they had that go through like Arceus, and he's like seeing like the film.
Right? That's what I'm like. Why the fuck is this digital? Like I didn't get it.
I'm uploading the new data.
I am the avatar.
Arceus remembers Ash, freezes everything, stops the attack, and he's just like, I guess I'll fix these ruins that I fucked up in the future. Fixes them, everything's been corrected. The jewel that Team Rocket is holding has now faded away. So I guess now...
I'm not even pretending to understand it, I just wanted to point it out.
Yeah, we'll just pretend like all that happened in a matter of like 5 minutes in the real world, so it didn't, they didn't reboot.
Time didn't catch up yet.
Exactly.
Arceus needed to finish uploading the data.
Yeah.
He was lagging behind.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, the connections.
Yeah, all good.
His NAT type was closed.
He has dial up.
So all the legendary Pokemon are like healed up. Arceus says, "Hey guys, take some health back." They fly up into the air, chilling on Arceus. Brock goes, "Wait a minute. If the jewel's gone and we gave it back to Arceus in the past, this whole town should just be a wasteland, right?" And Arceus says, No. Don't worry about it. Your ancestors figured their shit out. After I took the jewel back, they just knew how to keep like a civilization thriving.
There's instead like fucking flying cars and shit. You know the meme where like
I taught them crop rotation.
It's like they did it, and then Kevin runs up like, "Oh hey Kevin, what's going on, man?"
Kevin.
Kevin and Sheena like hug like somewhat intimately, and Brock's like, "God damn it, that was mine. Fuck, but my elbow." Yes.
Can you imagine if they went back to the cornfield? It's just not a cornfield, it's like fucking pumpkins or something. They're like, "God damn.
Damn, we fucked it up.
We fucked up the timeline."
They're not cool.
What are these fire watermelons over here?
Why is the water on fire?
They're not watermelons now, they're like fucking squash.
They changed
cornbread, not pumpkin pie.
They changed the timeline. The guy from Avatar, my cabbage.
So yeah, all the legendaries are like, "Cool, I'm gonna go home now that this whole trilogy's over. We don't have to fight anymore." Giratina goes back to the reverse world. Dialga and Palkia go back to time and space, and they're all good.
Which my favorite thing about that whole shot, you see Palkia and Dialga, like they're like separate dimension. Giratina flies up, and he's like, "Oh shit, I need to reflect."
Oh right, I don't get to do that.
Down.
I would love if Giratina just for like a second was looking around like, shit, there's nothing reflecting.
There's no reflection. You guys need to clean up some of your glass. I can't see.
Someone holds up like a marble. He's like, "That'll work."
Somebody's
Tiny.
Glass eyes. Sheena's looking around. She's like, "Oh hey, this old tablet that told the lore of the town. It's changed." And then it's a message from Deimos that says, "To all my future children who taught me how to believe, I offer all of you now my sincerest hopes and wishes that the future world will become more and more beautiful. And that is exactly the kind of world you find yourselves in. Yay, we did it." And then Arceus goes like, "Hey Ash, you have a beautiful place here, dude." He's like, "Thank you, I appreciate it."
Hey Ash, you a bitch.
Then Arceus goes home, the gang stares at the sky, happy ending, roll credits. Let's see.
Fun fact right here.
Yeah.
It's a fan theory. You know who we don't see after this?
Kevin.
Or no, you know what legendary we didn't see here?
Cresselia.
No,
Shaymin.
Darkrai, right?
No, we see Darkrai.
Oh, in the credits you mean?
Yeah, like after everything.
Yeah.
And you know where we see him again? When Tobias fucking shows up with him
You
at
see,
the end.
you see Darkrai at the end.
Yeah, I said after. Like
Oh.
the next time you see him, it's when in the league when Tobias walks in there.
Oh, did you in the credits you see?
Yeah, he's in the credits.
That's
Yeah.
after that. It's what I'm
Okay.
talking.
Oh,
Like
okay.
after his next appearance is the
Okay.
one where
John was like, "I'm
with
about to blow your
Tobias.
fucking minds," and we just said, "No, he's there." John,
I was
he's
saying like
there.
after this, the next time you see a Darkrai is when Tobias shows up and
Right.
claps cheeks.
Yeah. So yeah, the group, they get a hitchhiking ride with our two blue-haired friends from the beginning of the movie. Team Rocket finds a watermelon that's just a painted Voltorb. I'm not sure why that's there, but
I
he needs
love
to
it.
self-destruct.
It's
the
like
timeline.
It's
The
like a
timeline
scarecrow.
change.
What's that?
It's a scarecrow.
That's the timeline changing.
Oh, is that what it's supposed to be?
That's how I see it. It's to like scare off predators.
That's a living creature. You just put a living Pokemon on a stick. That is this shown in the?
Koga was like, "Hey, these are living bombs." Koga was like, "Drop them from the fucking ceiling, kill the children." Koga didn't care.
Oh, you said Koga. I thought you said COVID.
I thought he kept saying COVID. I was like, when the fuck did he get this intense?
I'm like, is there an inside joke I don't know about?
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't watch the credits, but
Yeah.
now that explains why they were putting the watermelon in the river.
Yeah, because
They just said
They
they're
actually ate
cooling
Voltorb
off.
earlier.
Yeah,
There's-
like they're
little
cooling
shocking.
off, and that's just like a colloquialism for like there fucking might be bombs in
we're
there.
drowning Voltorb.
If bubbles come up, that's how you know it's a Voltorb.
A few more in the post credits. Deimos and Pichu are just chilling, happy, watching the town like become nice and pretty. Then we get to see our fun, beautiful friends from Rise of Darkrai. Alice, Tonio, and Baron are flying around the sky. Baron's on some weird sky bike. Chimchar's like, what's up, bitch? You know, gets happy. And then Darkrai's chilling, like watching the town, being like, Alamos is still
and then
good.
he shadow zips away.
Yeah, the shadow zips away. He's pretty great. Next, Zero's in jail. Like, fuck, I'm the bad guy from Giratina. What am I gonna do? And Newton's like, don't worry about it, buddy. I brought your little AI bitch so you can look at her. And he's like, oh my god, can I fuck this quick?
Yeah. He's just like, oh my god.
So I have this theory that these movies.
Real quick, Shaymin's also chilling in a tree. Then it goes black.
So I have this theory that at one point these villains were meant to work together because this is the second or third time that we see.
Like villains in credits and stuff.
Yeah, and I think Gen 5 was supposed to do something with it, and then they're like, no, ideals and beliefs or whatever the fuck. I never remember.
Is it the same prison Zero's in that?
Annie and Oakley.
Yeah.
It's presumed we don't see much of the prison.
It looks like the same prison.
Yeah, we just pretty much see through a window them at the table doing like that.
Which is like the same
Conjugal,
table they were
yeah.
at.
So I guess it's probably safe to assume, but yeah, there was no actual connection. But imagine one day there is. But so yeah, that was Arceus and the Jewel of Life. Let's hold on to spitting because now we got to rank this movie. But before we do that, we're running a little long in the tooth. I have to read some notes from Dante.
Sir Dante.
Man, this is about to get.
It's Dante's
You guys gonna do,
notes,
like,
it's
the-
Dante's notes. It is time for Dante.
Depending
Should we guess where? What did we do last time?
No, we fucking failed last time.
You guys guessed what he thought of the movie. You didn't guess where you thought he was going to place it.
Oh no, yeah, we said what we thought of. What?
Yeah.
So I imagine he shit
Too
on
much
the
time travel.
So he focused on time
Too
travel.
much
and
time
not the
travel.
whole-
Not enough time travel, honestly.
Arceus and the Jewel of Life. Oh boy, do I love time travel movies. Pokemon has a good track record with these. Honestly, the
I think
kaiju
it's
fight.
sarcasm.
Yeah, it is. He has a little sarcasm, I guess. Honestly, the kaiju fighting keeps feeling less impactful with the trilogy. Most of this movie comes down to Arceus just nullifying attacks and then Beam struggles.
He's a fucking
where-
god.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's like saying like.
You gotta
oh, yeah,
establish his power.
yeah,
That's a fair observation.
but he's gonna get
It
the god.
happened. It happened.
That's
It's
like-
an observation. It did happen.
I guess
That's like complaining that Wolverine loses to Magneto every time. Yeah, it's
like
gonna
the
fucking
argument I
happen.
have if he was here and he would use that, I'd be like, I feel like the argument is we're not here to fight God, even though the three beasts that think they can
Yeah.
are just swinging at it.
They're
The
here
whole
to
goal is we need to
hold them
fix
off.
what God is pissed
Yeah.
off about. Like as Christians, we wouldn't be like, yo God, fucking put up your dukes, man.
Watch me.
We'd be like, I'm sorry, I repent. You know. all that stuff.
Also, I would say that the kaiju fights get better because they keep adding more and more monsters.
Yeah.
Well, especially because like the stakes, just like the one thing about this trilogy is the stakes are actually like high. Like shit can
Yeah.
just end at any moment.
Yeah.
The stakes.
It looks like here, so I'll go with it. So he's like, where are the neck bites and headlocks like from Darkrai? What about the cool seismic toss like in Deoxys? At least
You didn't
Judgment
like the
looked
seismic
cool.
top in the arm. You're not gonna complain about the kaiju fights then.
Although Arceus kept shouting justice for some reason.
Oh yeah, justice rays
Yeah.
from above was funny.
I think it all comes down to the same thing where like, you can't touch God.
Yeah.
So like, what would they have done? And the three that would have bitten each other's necks, we basically got with Giratina and Dialga in that first little scrap.
Yeah.
But yeah, they really couldn't touch Arceus because
He's God.
Yeah, you can power scaling.
Yeah, Ash is supposed to save the world through the legend once more. And when they almost don't,
They don't say that.
when they do the implication that it's like, I think he had the same mindset I did, where it was like,
Yeah.
electric master with electric creature, and yeah. Luckily, they kind of dropped that real fast, so it's not the end all be all. Ash is supposed to save the world through legends once more, and when they almost don't, they begin to disappear because they have no reason to come to the past. But apparently, giving the jewel to him in the past doesn't accomplish the same thing. If he's appeased in the past, then the distortion never happened because Dialga and Palkia. Okay, I see. That caused Dialga and Palkia to meet, and once what caused the whole trilogy. But based on the ending and credits, those events all still happened. Time travel tends to ruin stories. For me, this is no different.
Multiverse is a bitch.
Yeah, so this is fair. I guess it's a weird and a
I
post-ending
don't think those
world.
are any controversial takes,
Yeah.
honestly.
It's like, I think the problem is that we're used to him always shitting on something that's good, and then he purposely looks at things under a microscope, but then he ignored everything in the third movie in Lucario, where he ignored everything in that one. So I think we were all expecting the worst.
Sure.
But what he said is exactly what I expected. He was gonna
Right.
shit on the time traveling and ignore the amazing fucking plot and just shit on the time traveling alone.
Which honestly, the time travel is what knocks it short of Giratina for me.
Right.
Because time travel, like you could do it really really good, or you could do it really really bad. This one kind of in, like middle of the road, where it's like I see like some of the issues, because like it's like the whole thing with like the multiverses. It's like, are you gonna do that thing where like it branches off and then those, like whatever happens, like it keeps branching like a tree, or are you having like a fixed point, like because this happened here, well the event here impacted all this, but now going back you're removing that dot, so does this act, like it just it gets really fucky, and they really didn't clarify.
So, I don't know, my issue with when they time travel was that it felt slow.
Right.
Like it was like, oh man, Arceus is here, Dialga's here, Palkia's here, Giratina's here, they're all fighting, and now we're slowing down to like explain shit and stuff. And I'm like, I get it had to happen, but it's also like, man, I went from a really, like, I want to watch more of what was happening.
Yeah.
And it just went.
So,
Yeah.
I do agree that whenever you touch time traveling, you're always touching like a weird area, but you have to do time travel in this scenario because that's the whole gimmick of the like one of the legendaries. And all three movies hit with all themes of like with Darkrai and whatever the fucking world, or not the world, the nightmare bullshit. And then you deal with Dialga and Palkia and that kind of stuff. And I think that the movies have this quota of they have to hit that. And like with Celebi, when they did it, it was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And I think that if you compare this to Celebi, the time traveling here was fucking impeccable compared to Celebi. It's like, if you put both movies next to each other, you can't argue about this one.
Oh, I'm watching this one over Selby any day.
Yeah, like, that's why I feel like the time traveling in this one gets a pardon for me for some of the stuff that because I hate time traveling stuff, but in here, the way they did it was amazing, and there's nonstop action. This movie, and I wanted to say this about the previous one as well, it throws you into the action right away. There's very little like, let's play around, and like right away we went into that double battle, which. And then it went right into the action, and the last movie did the same thing.
There's very little pause.
Yeah, there's very little, and
I think honestly until you hit the time travel.
All three movies started out the same way, where it's like very little like fucking around, and then it goes right into the action.
I mean, even the time travel, it's like they land, they get arrested, they figure the shit out, then they go to solve the shit that was figured out.
Yeah, like there's no like bullshit scenes, and I think this movie does that really well. The time traveling, it sucks, but when you're dealing with a legendary that time travel, you can't not have a movie where, which ironically, it's not his movie. But the way they did the trilogy, if you were to watch all three of these together, it will be amazing. Cause like, I'm assuming that like, I know Ash doesn't fucking age, so there's the meme, but I think we can agree that like, there's maybe like 3 months in between each movie or something like that. Or,
There's definitely like, you can tell there's time.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely not like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
But like, you can tell there's time in between where there's like shit that happens.
And I think that's what makes this movie nice, is that all three of them are connected, which makes you feel like the previous movie was just as important.
Yeah.
I think that if these movies were not connected, I don't think they would have done as good.
That was one of the things I noticed, because like, I didn't realize I guess I just always assumed Pokemon movies were separate, like their own stories. So
typically they are.
Right, and so like watching Giratina and they reference
Darkrai,
which I vaguely remember scenes of, but like, and then this one referencing the other two was actually like, oh wow, this is like a trilogy. I didn't realize that. I actually I kind of wish they would do that for each generation.
Right.
Like, hey, all these movies are connected for this generation. Like, it would honestly make, in my opinion, for one time on the podcast, I think it would honestly make better movies because you'd have something to build off.
I think in retrospect, because as a kid, these didn't connect for me. I just saw 3 movies that all had Dialga and Palkia in them. Rewatching them now, I see how much that's awesome and how great of a story that built. And then I'm like, we're getting right into Gen 5, where we start with Black and White. We have Genesect in there, and those movies kind of suck. Like, there are going to be some bad movies to come up.
Just so we just get this out of the way, I don't want to shit on the movies when they come out, so I'm just going to shun them now. They had the lowest, out of all the movies, these were the flops more than the previous ones.
The Gen 5 ones?
Yeah, all of them.
I
They
think
even put millions of dollars into the Mewtwo one. They put millions of dollars into a Mewtwo one to the marketing, and they even did, I forgot the name of the show that they have that they play in Japan. It's like a morning show for kids, and they pumped the fuck out of that. Like, they had Mewtwo, what's the Mewtwo? The stupid one, the Mega Mewtwo one.
Why?
It's a why. They had like a mascot of him walking around constantly, and they had one of Genesect, and they even like they started the fake rumor, like Pokemon Company started the fake rumor that like Genesect's just a Kabutops remade from like the future and everything, and the movie still just didn't do good. Like, it was the lowest grossing film with how much money they put into that, and I don't think it had to do with the gen. Honestly, I just think that after this, like, the format or how they do movies drastically changed. Yeah. Do you like those movies?
I don't like Gen 5.
Okay.
So when you said I don't think I have to do with Gen, I'm like,
right?
Okay, you're like, I was like, I think I just pissed off Connor.
I mean, it makes sense though, because a lot of people fell out during Gen 5.
Sure.
It hit a really like low, and that's why like I feel like X and Y kind of like helped that resurgence, because there's like the people that were like that remembered like Pokemon Stadium, Coliseum. They're like, we're getting that in a handheld game, and that was like a big deal. So like X and Y, we started the increase, but for a lot of people, 5th Gen just really tanked it.
Yeah.
Now, if you're born in the 2000s,
And this was like one of your first.
this was your first Pokemon, and you're gonna swear by it, even though you're wrong, because universally, anime, games, and fucking movies, they were the lowest sales. The manga just canceled. They just stopped it. There was no resolution. So,
Yeah, I think, and
I just want to shit on it now because I hate to do it next week.
sure.
during the movie and make it just a
Maybe
shit fest.
maybe Sword and Shield will like fix it with this generation. Because so far we only have Secret of the Jungle, which I haven't seen yet. So that'll be the only one.
It still doesn't even have a release date.
Yeah, so that's the only one I'll be going to.
July.
Do we know that?
That's usually when they come out. When usually Japan gets them first, we usually get them June, July, which is summer.
So it should be around the time. Will be around the time we can actually watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping they bring back some kind of connected universe with the movies. I think this is like probably the peak of where we at. I don't think they all go downhill from here out, but I don't think they're as strong as this trilogy is. Which is a little disappointing. You know, this after we finish this episode is halfway. This is 13, so we have 13 more movies to go. So like, and then we have like Detective Pikachu, so it's a little in and out.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Hey,
so
happy
it's
halfway, guys. We all showed up every week and did this. And we all did our part.
But yeah, let's get back to ranking it.
Connor didn't miss like 9.
Yeah.
So the current list. The current list of our rankings are, starting from the bottom, we have number 12, Mewtwo Returns, number 11, Pokemon Ranger, Temple of the Sea, number 10, Pokemon 2000, Pokemon 9, Pokemon Forever, number 8, Jirachi Wishmaker, number 7, Lucario, The Mystery of Mew, number 6, Pokemon 3, The Spell of the Unknown, number 5, Pokemon Heroes, number 4, Pokemon the First Movie, number 3, Giratina and the Sky Warrior, number 2, Destiny Deoxys, and number 1, The Rise of Darkrai. Does anyone... Y'all interrupted my list? Fuck off.
I had to do the bitch maker thing.
I appreciate it. Does anyone have a strong opinion about where you think this movie falls?
I feel like I shouldn't vote because I'm not here to reference Fall, so I'll just be Dante's hand again.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say I don't know if you guys agree. Although
I do have Dante's
with the
vote.
last one, you guys kind of we were on the same page, just not how high, but how high it was. I'm gonna put this right under.
Giratina? Or
What's number 2 right now?
Number 2 right now is
Destiny.
Deoxys.
I'll put this number 2. I know I put the other one number 2, but I think this goes beyond. I think the whole trilogy, in my opinion, it goes in the top 3. And if it was up to me, it will go Darkrai. It'll go Darkrai,
Currently 1.
Giratina, and this
Number
one.
1 is Darkrai.
Okay.
So it'll go Giratina or Darkrai, Giratina, this one. First movie, and then if I have to put the Deoxys in there, I'll put the
As a non-voter, this definitely feels like an upper half movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like this feels like top.
I like how
half.
Connor comes in like,
The thing is, we'll take Connor's opinion. I'm excited for you guys to see where Dante put it again.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
no.
I this definitely feels like a movie that is the better
before
half.
any of us react, right?
Okay.
When Danny says that, let's take 2 seconds to collect our thoughts, then we can react.
Where we just shit down Dante's throat again while he's not.
I'm punching Chris if I don't like
Right here.
Then I'll get the handprint tattooed.
It's weird as I look
You
at
had
it
a thing to say.
because I do like this movie.
Do you like it more Giratina?
I don't think I do.
See, because
Well, do you like it more than Deoxys? That's actually the real thing that should be asked, because that will determine right away, like, because Deoxys is pretty. I want to have put it at number 2, but I do think Deoxys is one of the better movies.
Where did Giratina land on the list again?
Giratina's number 3.
3.
So,
Oh.
so potentially you're putting this trilogy in the top.
Yeah, it goes 1, 2, and 3 in the order of
Wow.
movies.
Okay.
Danny, do you like it more than Pokemon the first movie?
No,
No. Okay.
I do not.
Really?
I feel like that's a
this-
better
it's-
measuring stick too.
Yeah, it's weird because I like this movie a lot. So if I look at our current list, when I'm like, where does this movie fall? I see it right below Heroes.
I mean, this one doesn't have Brother Oh Brother in it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I see it at number 6, right above 3, below Heroes. That's where it looks right to me.
Oh.
It's another one. The Giratina is one I would be like, I would argue that it belongs in the top 4. Arceus, I could see being in the top 4, but I won't argue for it to be there.
Okay.
So like if we would vote and it lands in the top 4, I won't be upset. But I would, if I saw it anywhere above my ideal placement, I see it at number 4, right below Giratina. Even though I like first movie better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris agrees.
Okay.
Damn.
Ready to start voting?
Down
Sure,
there.
let's do it.
Just a
So-
reminder for the audience, I am Dante's hand.
Correct.
Don't-
I am
Connor.
not voting. So if you're mad about it, go get angry at Dante.
Yeah,
Just take a look at his left hand.
When this episode drops, we just have everybody like tweet at Dante and just be like, "You suck," and just see what happens.
I can't wait to do that myself.
So I just gotta make sure I have both up so I can see. Start from the bottom. Do you think it's better than Mewtwo Returns? Do you think it's better than Pokemon Ranger?
I'm scared.
Do you think it's better than Pokemon 2000? Do you think do you think
okay.
it's better than Pokemon Forever? Connor, please put your hand down.
What?
Wait.
I'm sorry, I was
Okay,
not supposed to
he's
react.
putting it
So Dante says above 2000, below Forever.
below Forever. Okay.
Dude,
Wait, okay. So he thought Giratina was worse than this.
Yeah.
But he had more complaints about this than Giratina.
Correct.
And he
But
put
place this one
the
higher.
better time travel movie below the. Okay.
so I'm gonna rewatch that episode to see what his complaints were about
Which episode?
Forever.
Forever. Okay.
I
Because
think
I wanted.
generally he liked it.
Yeah, but he had a lot of complaints because it involved a lot of time travel. I think we all had complaints about time travel,
So
but
you can complain about stuff and like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no. What I mean,
Have
I
you
just,
watched
no.
any of my streams?
I just want to see what his.
Capcom.
I don't remember what his like measuring stick was for that movie.
Right, it's been
So
a
I
bit.
want to see what the what
Sure,
he said about
sure,
that.
okay.
If I can apply.
Yeah, I mean
to
that
this
was
one.
9 episodes ago. It's hard to remember. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't think about it that low, but
Okay.
I mean, based on his argument, I mean the time travel stuff. I think a lot of the argument comes down to where it was the fighting between all these titans, where it's like
Oh, the
I
good
can't
part.
touch God.
Oh, the good part of the
And-
movie.
Yeah, and the argument was
The marketing
here without
point
him
of the
here.
movie.
So yeah, we'll keep
Must
going.
be
Is
that
it,
game.
so above
He hasn't
Forever?
watched it.
Is it above Jirachi Witchmaker?
He hasn't watched Endgame yet.
Is it Dante?
Yes, I bring it up every time we.
This is why he doesn't get Pokemon because he hasn't seen Endgame.
Thanos, Arceus.
I'm gonna direct a film for him that's just a bunch of normal types saying hello to each other, eating pie. I promise you, it will be the best movie in the world.
Is it
Not
above?
enough pie.
Hold on, let's focus on. Okay, so above Jirachi,
Yep.
above Lucario, above 3,
Absolutely.
above Heroes,
Okay, respect.
above first movie.
Ooh, okay.
Okay,
Oh, so at this point, it doesn't matter what we
so
go
there
for.
it falls. Yes, so it'll fall.
Say, I'm a little curious. Where would you put it?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What was the next one?
after Heroes is Giratina.
You mean after first movie?
So
After-
yeah, sorry.
after
So it's
one.
Heroes, first movie, Giratina, Deoxys, Darkrai.
I would have put it between Giratina and Deoxys.
Okay.
Okay.
John, same for you or
Mine was, I would have put this
above
second.
Deoxys? Yeah,
Because this movie is much like Endgame, where people are like, "What's your favorite Marvel movie?" And I'm like, "Endgame," and they're like, "Endgame has a lot of flaws." And I'm like, "Endgame is the payoff."
Yeah.
That's why I like it. Endgame is 12 years of my life paying off.
I will say this. I don't know if you guys know about the controversy between the Russos and the writers for Endgame. This movie does time traveling better than Endgame, like this Pokemon movie.
Okay.
Going off the argument of the writers with the director,
Yeah.
That's interesting.
they're like just that argument, not
Yeah.
the overall
Or
movie.
I like Darkrai as a singularity because Darkrai is a really, really
Badass.
solid movie. Yeah. Giratina, I think, while it could be solid on its own, is made better because it's linked to Darkrai. And then because this follows it up, I think it makes Darkrai a solid middle, or not Darkrai, makes Giratina a solid middle movie. And I think that this just makes the other two pay off that much harder. Because it's like, here's the 4.5 hours you put into this investment.
Yeah.
Here it is paying off. Here's
Yeah, it's a
four-
great because like
Yeah.
if you watch Endgame without watching anything else,
Yeah, it's
I thought
just
about that
a jumbled
watching,
mess.
doing a series where finding someone who's never seen a Marvel movie and watching them in reverse order.
Yeah.
Who wants to take that?
Oh, my friend watched
take that one for the
WandaVision
team. Yeah.
without watching. I think the last thing she watched was
I
Iron Man
can't
3.
Right. Because you watch Endgame and see everything happen.
Yeah.
Everybody come back. You have no context.
Reverse
of it.
release or reverse chronological?
Reverse release.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'd see. Black Widow, Far From Home, Endgame, Captain Marvel. So watching backwards
Oh my God.
and see where that lands and what that does.
Black
and
Widow?
That'll be the newest
Nothing would
one.
make sense.
Assuming you watch them.
Okay, you said Far From Home. Okay. I was
Yeah.
confused. I was like, Far From Home.
But
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Black Widow, Spider-Man, Far From Home. Yeah.
But yeah,
but-
the payoff is like the big thing for me. The big fight is nice. I like the big fight. They needed to establish Arceus' power because he gets hit by a Pikachu
Yeah.
and nothing happens. Or not nothing happens, something happens.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, that Pikachu can hurt God. And they're like, well, here's the reason. And it's like, but those three big guys couldn't hurt him and they've been the main focal point of the movie. And it's like,
Yeah.
exactly, that's the problem. So then they go back in time, and the time travel does get a little wonky. The way I see it is Arceus is the focal point, and Arceus is always meant to get the orb back, whether it's going to destroy the Earth and finding it in the staff, or getting it in time back then.
Because it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, either way he's getting the orb, and either way he's coming back to Earth. It just is under different circumstances. So that is the way I see it, because that is another time travel theory. And I think that one just fits this scenario better. And when Arceus is taken out of the equation, is the only time actually starts to change.
Also, without the time travel, this movie would have been impossible because
Yeah.
everybody would have fucking died.
Right, and it gives Dialga
So
a time
you
to
have
shine.
to, yeah,
Yeah.
You had to go the time travel route. with
Because
this.
Dialga gets one moment in Giratina where it's like you're stuck, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I think Dialga needed this.
A bitch disconnected the router.
Yeah.
All right. So the current rankings for the movies from the bottom as our halfway point checks in. We have number 13, Pokemon Mewtwo Returns. Number 12, Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea. Number 11, Pokemon 2000. Number 10, Pokemon Forever. Number 9, Jirachi Wishmaker. Number 10, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. Number 7, 3, Spell the Unknown. Number 6, Pokemon Heroes. Number 5, Arceus and the Jewel of Life. Number 4, Pokemon the First Movie. Number 3, Giratina and the Sky Warrior. Number 2, Destiny Deoxys. And number 1, Pokemon Rise of Darkrai. 13 movies, halfway done. Long in the Tooth Poll Challenge! Every week. Every week we pick a Pokemon that appeared in this movie, and we decide to compete against each other with a Discord call, and we tell everybody, hey,
Do I get to
not a
record
Discord call.
Dante's?
Uh,
We'll see what happens with what's picked. We put them in Discord, the CGDannyB Discord. The link will be in the description if you want to join and vote. Pick a reaction, which Pokemon you think, and that person will earn a point at the end. they win glamour or something. I don't know. I didn't have a prize picked out. Last week Dante picked first, so he gets to pick last, which means this week Kanai is picking first. Kanai.
I'm such a waste of a fucking pick.
No, I feel today I will be that.
So, much like when somebody rewatched Giratina and found an Arcanine, going back and watching this movie with Connor, the third time I watched this movie, yeah, there's a fucking scene where they're at the arrest of Zero, and you can see the same fucking scene of the
It's a
Arcanine.
smudge. It is like
it is
a
the
tan
smallest little Arcanine pixel.
It's an Arcanine
but it's
smudge.
still an Arcanine on the
Is this your
fucking
third week?
screen. It's
the third time
not
it's
the
picked
third
Arcanine.
week in a row. It's the third time I've picked Arcanine.
This is now the
So,
Arcanine trilogy.
Arcanine is my choice.
If Arcanine was in Darkrai, I would have picked it.
Yeah, I would've.
He is in the next movie.
He is.
I just want to see your reaction.
I haven't seen.
I'll pick him as many times. I know he's in Detective Pikachu. He's my choice then, unless somebody steals him from me because they're dicks.
All right, so Kanai takes
He's
Arcanine.
probably in the remake of 1, so I'm probably gonna pick him there.
Chris
Typical Bravo.
Stalford.
So originally I was gonna go with Giratina because the hate of Drag coming back and just going back for Dialga.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually gonna go with Piplup.
Hey,
Okay.
that's a good
Because
choice.
Piplup was really cute and adorable during the whole thing.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I love them.
Hey man, I picked Infernape that one week.
The
You
Angie
can pick
Pangy.
one. Somebody just needs to take one for the team. Pick the turtle. I like the turtle.
You struggling over there, John?
No, I'm just gonna pick the same thing for the third week in a row.
Okay.
Wow, John, sounds
That's
like
why I
life
asked
sucks.
if I did it 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, because I don't. So
You
the
didn't wanna
shame
feel
wasn't
as
the
bad,
same.
yeah. You didn't wanna feel
And
as
then you're like, oh no, not in a row. I was like,
So just for clarity, you're picking
Dialga.
Okay.
you have a good pool here, Danny. You have Totodile, and you have. I mean, you like water types.
Piplup. Oh, are you saying
But
for
now
him to pick?
imagine
Yeah,
if that.
Pokemon's a
Now
water.
imagine if that happy little gator had wheels.
better Pokemon.
There's
I
Beasel.
feel like for the sake of defending my boy, I need to pick Heatran.
Oh my god.
The bean!
Danny, pick Heatran, please.
The bean boy!
Yeah, give someone the point.
Oh,
You can
damn
afford
it.
to lose one. Just saying, me and Danny started out winning, and I was like, oh, this is the easy challenge. And then out of nowhere, like, I've been at 3 the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I'm picking
It's
some.
Dante, me, you, and then it's like Chris, and,
And
then
then
like
Danny's
the fucking ceiling
way
is
up there.
Danny. Yeah.
Chris and I are tied.
Oh really? Damn.
Chris has gotten a point the last 3 weeks. We both have 5.
So the
points.
difference between me and you.
For context, because of when we're recording, there currently is no info on Darkrai
Darkrai.
or Giratina.
Joe seems leading.
I mean, I have the stats. I've Chris and I both have 5.
Less-
Oh, I actually haven't put the poll up for this week at the time of recording.
Right, okay.
So there is no
Fair
current
enough.
Darkrai.
The difference between me and you and Danny's distance is the difference between my height to yours.
Oof. Big oof.
Look,
Fuck,
man,
man,
I'm just
I really-
saying, Kingdra brought it back. My boy Bardock.
Bronzong?
Are you picking Bronzong?
No.
What was Cynical?
Just picking.
Cynical got.
You not gonna say Heatran?
Dark
Hey
Rock.
Google.
Pick Darkrai.
Okay, Google. Flip a coin. Sorry, one sec. Just taking forever.
Long in the tooth.
She's gotta find a coin.
It landed on heads.
She's
Alright.
going like this. She's like,
I am taking Cyndaquil.
Damn it, Danny ruined my bid.
I
I don't know if I get to pick, but I had a bid if I did.
So Cyndaquil. So let's
If you
see.
do,
Dante's. I'll let you play along. If you were to
Cyndaquil's
pick,
already been picked, Connor.
If I were to pick, the joke was, so I'm wearing my Cyndaquil Typhlosion shirt, the joke would be like, listen, it's pretty obvious what I'm going to pick, and that is Heracross. I love Heracross. He's one of my
Or-
favorites.
Danny can CGI a Chikorita shirt on you or Totodile shirt the whole time throughout the whole thing, and you can pick.
I
out
could
the
just wear a trash bag if I wanted to. It's fine.
Oh.
Gen 2 is my favorite. Chikorita's not a good starter. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, okay. I think
You know
Totodile is though, so
You
I
know
was
what
kind
the
of
best
butthurt, but
use of Chikorita has been?
light screen.
No, the
Ash is fuck, buddy.
the aluminum meganium in Pokemon Snap is probably the best use of Chikorita
So
I've ever seen.
I'll say that after.
Yeah.
So you would have picked Heracross?
I would have picked Heracross.
Oh, cool. That's what Dante picked.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are.
No. So my name goes over that now.
you guys are like basically like Eskimo brothers.
Yeah.
So Pokemon.
So Dante, so because
Fuck the
Dante,
same hair crop.
because Dante wasn't here, and I told him to pick 5. That way, as we went down the line, if anyone picked his Pokemon, we would start from the top and prioritize. So he said number 1 was Heracross, number 2 was Cyndaquil, number 3 was Totodile, number 4 was Palkia, and number 5 was Gliscor.
He didn't even put Arcanine.
Gliscor's a good one.
Yeah,
Wrong.
I think if Gliscor would have been in more, it would have been more tempting.
I really should have worn my
I get
Fire
it.
Blitz.
But Ash doesn't use
So,
flying types.
so my name
It
is
would have been all themed.
Yeah, I'll put Dante Connor.
No.
Yeah,
Connor, parentheses, Dante.
I'll put Connor Dante.
Yeah,
I get top
I'm
billing,
just
I
saying,
showed
feel
up.
like-
Danny, can you grab Connor's face and then grab a Ditto's body and then just grab Dante's
Just push
face?
him in the face. I could probably do that.
But yeah, I'm just saying a Pokemon company wants to keep making movies that would historically land on when Kanai needs to vote, and they just get thrown Arcanine in there. I essentially get 2 first votes.
There you go.
3, because Dante's before me.
Dante's never counts.
3's like Manicar.
So I'm mad. I'm fucking mad because you get next pick first, right?
for Zoroark.
And then I got fucked, and I get the shitty fucking movie.
You get
that
black
I
and
hate.
white. You can have Victini.
I literally have the movie that I have. There's nothing fucking possible.
I know what I want to pick for that movie. It just depends what you pick.
And I'm just saying, as long as nothing else gets fucked up, next time I vote first,
So
Hoopa.
is
And
Kyurem,
I'm like-
Reshiram
I will
like
kill myself.
one
Like you can't
choice?
pick, and the whole order is wrong.
So like if you pick Reshiram,
I don't know if that
does
character-
also take Zekrom when it gets there?
No.
Wait,
because
wait, wait.
they'd be the same character, just different mons. Yeah, we probably should.
I'll assume because they'll be separate movies, Zekrom and Reshiram can both be picked.
Okay.
So that means if you pick Pikachu because it's 2 different stories, you can pick Pikachu again.
You can both pick Pikachu, exactly. No. Pikachu's got a limit. Anyway,
We'll
run
just
through it
bring
because
the
we're trying to wrap
cases
this
and
up.
get 'em out.
Hey, for Arceus, the poll challenge looks like Kanai picking Arcanine, Chris picking
Good
Piplup,
choice.
John picking Dialga, myself picking Cyndaquil,
Good
and
choice.
Connor/Dante picking
Done make a
Heracross.
choice.
Yeah, it's a good
Amazing
choice.
choices, guys.
Those
Thank
are
you
all
so much.
amazing choices.
If you guys want to vote, link in the description for the community Discord. You can go in, hit the reaction. I have them preset. All you have to do is click who you want to win, and then the poll results will be on Discord or on Instagram the following week that would apply. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Connor, thank you for being our special guest.
Absolutely.
Next time somebody dies and can't make it, I'll be sure to hit you up and see what we can do.
Might have to for my vacation.
So, I think that's a good place to call the episode. Guys, thank you so much for watching. My throat is officially dying. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Pokemon Gotta Watch Them All. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up. It helps spread the video so more Pokemon nerds can see it, just like you, myself, and all of us at this table. And if it's your first time checking out the content and you want to stick around and see some more, do yourself a favor, because you can catch us watching Zoroark and Master Evolution next week. Hit the subscribe button and notification bell. That'll get notifications every time a video comes out. And I'll see you guys next time.
Keep it light, and fuck 10-5.